not from Africa, we are natives. This our land, we don't know about the slave ships. We're not from Africa, we indigenous. I need you to listen, I need you to be getting this. We not black, we not black. Know your story, family history, that's stats. We not black, that's a curse. Let's put this curse to rest and be blessed. Yes, we indigenous, this land was our ancestors' home. What they taught us in school about slaves was wrong. It was a scare tactic, they got the children first. So we believe that this land was not ours. Divide and conquer, eugenics, terror and fear. But we're the generation and our mission is clear. It's time to unite and get our heritage back. Like God intended, stop living in lies.
We're not from Africa, we are natives. This our land, we don't know about no slave ships. We're not from Africa, we indigenous. I need you to listen, I need you to be getting this. We not black, we not black. Know your story, family history, that's stats. We not black, that's a curse. Let's put the curse to rest and be blessed, yes. Black and white, it don't exist. Can't group us together, you gotta be specific. All these immigrants, so robbing day by day. Indigenous rising, you know we here to stay. Black is not a color.
And it's not like I have no say-so. Like they just toss you away. And I thought corporate America was like this, not the government.
Oh, no, no,
Niggas hate on me cause I'm a fat nigger. I don't give a fuck cause I'm a bitch getter. Got a white bitch, she a wrist slitter. Got Jewish money, nigga, fuck it. Don't let Septoben be your babysitter. Cause I heard that nigga was a kid diddler. Yeah, I heard that nigga was a pedophile.
I can't take it off. I can't take it off. Like, take it off. I can't. Take it off. I can't take it off. Like, take it off. I can't.
About a year and a half after that, I'm in a green room at Fox, and I'm not going to say who because they didn't give me permission to share it, but well, the short story, but not who they are. Says, you know, Epstein's an intelligence asset for people in the Middle East, right? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I'm like, you sure of that? The person, let's say, is like, I'm absolutely sure of that he's either a witting or unwitting asset, intelligence asset, meaning his plane and that island, the cameras, there's a big assumption out there that these videotapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein. That's a huge mistake. The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him. No, he wasn't the only one who had him, according to this source. These assets, that's why this blackmail story makes so much sense. Which Middle Eastern countries they are, I don't know. But this person, who's a very, very good reporter, I mean, aces, right? Swore Epstein was either a witting or unwitting intelligence asset, and they may have had his plane wired up, and they're the ones who have all this stuff. So the point is, to sum it up, how do you know some of these countries aren't going to some of these power players who aren't making decisions? Because, hey, you wouldn't want this video out there, right? How do you know?
100%.
I mean,
let's get personal.
Thank you. Have you ever met Tucker?
We've talked a lot. If I ever meet him, I'll probably kill him. He's the worst person.
Elon Musk were here right now, what would you tell him?
Go back where you come from.
America or
where he came from?
South Africa?
South Africa?
South Africa, right?
Oh, gotta go.
This is my husband.
All right.
I used to ask him to shave his beard, although I think he always wanted one.
Makes sense.
I couldn't stand the feel of it on my neck. Instant flashbacks of my stepfather raping me.
What?
But here's the problem with that. The entire Epstein file release is fucking fake. There were no big bad Epstein files, no breaking news that was dropped onto the American people by Pam Bondi or Donald Trump. There was no new information coming to the surface and busting all of the bad guys, taking our government back and making America great again. No, you know what? None of that fucking shit happened, okay?
It's getting a little uncomfortable even for me.
CPAC was such a far-right clown show that even tiny mustache enthusiast Nick Fuentes is saying, hey guys, maybe we're going a bit too far. This all after President Musk shows up in the middle of what can only be described as a drug-fueled bender, waving around a chainsaw wearing gold chains and dark sunglasses, but also Steve Bannon doing his best impression of a streetlight. Let's get into why the Groyper Prince himself is having a hard time with this out-and-about bigotry.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucking did it. Am I gonna apologize for spitting on pedophile graves? No.
Give me all of them. Look. Yeah. See that? Trump was right about everything.
So what I don't like is people who are biased, and we all have them. I don't like that I hear people immediately go to the Clintons or Mossad, because that's just not sophisticated, first of all, and it's vaguely anti-Semitic. Mossad. Well, why? If Epstein were with Mossad, he'd be with the FBI too, right? You really think if Jeffrey Epstein was working for Mossad, that our own FBI wouldn't have intercepts of those conversations?
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
We need to be conquerors. As a matter of fact, we need to be not just conquerors who kill, not just conquerors who steal, not just conquerors who destroy, but conquerors who will rebuild what we tear down in the process. We have a special purpose in creation, and it is to show the world how God can take a folk who have been enslaved and give them the power to build God's reign on earth, not just in the future, not in the by and by, but right now. The buildings that we saw in Cape Town, the skyscrapers, the culture and all that stuff was built maybe by some black South Africans, but it's owned by folks who got their wealth from the mines of South Africa. They own the stuff. I may be dreaming, but I want it to be that way for us, where we own the stuff, where we create the products, where people are afraid of us, not because we can harm them, but because we can do what Donald Trump does. We can own it.
What do you think about Elon uncovering all this wasteful spending in the millions of dollars?
Well,
with
I
Doge?
mean, that would be great. I mean, I'm jury's out on that guy. I mean,
yeah, you're not sold on him yet?
Well, so he's done some real good for sure, which was buying Twitter and basically opening up free speech. But then they basically data mined all the accounts that were anti-Semitic, and they fucking mass banned like all the Groyper accounts. They removed their check marks. They can't go live. They can't post tweets that are more than 280 characters or whatever. Really? And they actually showed that he banned more accounts than they had banned previously. So I don't know. You know, it's like, it's weird. It's like one step forward, two steps back with this fucking guy. Like, he started off like, you know, fuck Bob Iger, and, you know, you want to blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself. And, you know, and he said something that they said was anti-Semitic, which, you know, prompted all that. And then he went from that to like calling other people anti-Semitic, going to Israel, clapping for fucking Netanyahu.
Then doing this shit.
then he goes back to that. Then now he's fucking, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that guy. I do know that he takes a decent amount of drugs. So, you know, depending on the ketamine fucking dose that he's on, maybe it's, you know, maybe one day he's fucking Hitler, maybe one day he's, you know, pro-Jew. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
When I read Wired, the book written by, what's his name, Woodward, about Belushi, I read like 5 pages of Wired. And I went, oh my God. They framed Nixon. like,
food is cold. Give me a refund. Okay, absolutely. Shit. Absolutely. Dude, you got me messed up though. Stop talking to me. Where are you? Okay. Ma'am, where are the receipts? First of all, you should be giving me everything up here for free. I understand. And then he should up it. Don't they up in a garbage can when they should be up in your face now.
Y'all just did an interview for Walmart inside the store. I want everybody to remember to stay positive. I'm about to cry because I can't believe it. I want everybody to stay positive, and no matter what you're doing in life, remember that you can do it as long as you got your mind to it.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful
I will answer.
to come to the Oval Office of the United
answer.
States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems.
I'm sorry I'm here for someone else. It's good to see your face, and I really hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well.
That wasn't exactly what we agreed to. That is the most beautiful language. I have no idea what he's saying, but that is the most elegant, beautiful language. Go ahead, please.
37% line efficiency? That's bad. Let me call my supervisor. Vivan, have you been taking a look at line 6? It's not doing well at all. On it, sir.
Alright, let's see the Optify dashboard and see what's the issue with line 6. Oh, it's workspace 17. Workspace 17 is the bottleneck. The worst performing workspace here. Hey, number 17. What's going on, man? You're in red.
I've been working all day.
You're working all day? You haven't hit your hourly output even once today. And you're at 11.4% efficiency. This is really bad.
It's just been a rough day.
Rough day? More like a rough month.
This is Melody, one of our robots. She speaks various languages, and she's built in a modular fashion, so we can take off her face, replace it with another face, and have her speaking as a different character.
Influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not
cards.
Playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
You're
playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing cards.
Serious.
You're gambling with the lives of
war.
millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
System initiated.
His brother Michael is also satisfied.
Welcome to Afrogenesis, Artificial Intelligence.
In the heart of Kikuyu, Kenya, two self-taught innovators have achieved a groundbreaking feat.
Let's explore New Hampshire until it's ugly. Okay, we have a lovely waterfall. This is not ugly. A White Mountain National Forest. Not ugly. What is over here?
Well, good morning, y'all. My name is Russian Kimball. My pronouns are he, him, his. I have the privilege of serving as the pastor of Broadway United Methodist Church in downtown Orlando.
My show had value, and that that what I was doing.
You should know that despite Mike Cernovich's personal brand trying to portray himself as a success strategist and a mind coach, he made his millions by divorcing his ex-wife because she worked for Facebook when they had their IPO, and then they became multimillionaires because of the stock, and then when they got divorced, he got half of her money, and then tried to portray himself as being this self-made man who did write a book with tons of spelling errors that sold, maybe a couple hundred copies, maybe 1,000 copies, which is just no money at all, and then tried to portray himself as that's how he became, quote-unquote, successful. Here he is getting called out on it in a documentary, and he knows, because this is publicly available information, that he couldn't lie. So he did try to deflect and try to justify, but this is who Cernovich is.
Shauna is my second wife. My first marriage didn't work out. My ex, she would try to control me a lot. She's a very controlling person.
Because she was the breadwinner.
And I'm not somebody who likes to be controlled at all. People now claim that I get alimony from my ex-wife.
If you're dependent on your ex-wife,
well, it wasn't alimony, it was a divorce settlement. So it's not like these payments are ongoing. He got half of her assets, which was 7 figures.
If you're dependent on your ex-wife, that doesn't match with everything you preach.
That's what they say, but you claim to be some kind of alpha male. I'm like, well, it's pretty alpha to get paid alimony by a woman, isn't it? How many men? Well, and then they stumble.
That's a weak man right there. And sorry, Mike, I'm not stumbling. I'm speaking as clear as day. And I don't even want to get into his collaboration with Jack Murphy, which is a pseudonym of a literal cuck. It's just, you don't even want to know. I have zero tolerance for cowards, for sellouts, and for people who are so ignorant that they get duped into participating in a circus while thinking that they're on the cutting edge of some document dump, when in fact, they're being used as part of the distraction. Here's a post from Michael Knowles over at the Daily Wire, who I do have respect for, and Matt Walsh. I'll criticize anybody for anything, so it's not a black and white issue. But here's Michael Knowles saying, well, we already knew Epstein's crimes. We already knew many of the prominent people who palled around with him. Politically speaking, only one question matters regarding Epstein. What purpose did his operation serve? Actually, Mike, it's 2 questions. We already know what purpose it served, and then the other question that nobody wants to even ask, let alone answer, is which foreign country's intelligence agency was he working for? And again, it wasn't exclusively for them. He was working in collaboration. A lot of these international spy types will have connections with numerous intelligence agencies, and when they're that dirty, then they're both going to want to have access to him. They're both going to protect him. And so even those in conservative ink who will say, well, he was involved in the blackmailing operation, maybe it was for the deep state or the CIA, they're certainly not going to mention the whole story.
Писам, будто мельница. Ах, умелица, двигай креслами, красноделица. Магнит дизайром пальцу, когда он брейкерша. Планка крутятся, это ядерные духи чудятся.
First guy tried to order an Uber Black, so he's trying to put 5 people into 4 seats, and then look how the interaction plays out.
Jay Davis falsely accused an Uber driver of anti-Semitism because his family was too big for the car.
I heard you say under your breath they look Jewish. What?
4 times Grammy Award winner booked an Uber Black car for 4 instead of an SUV for 5 without child seats. And when the driver refused to transport them for safety reasons, the man immediately started playing victim.
You're racially profiling us.
Just saying, racial profile you. You're 5 people, you book a black car, and you tell the high racial
You're threatening me. You're threatening me.
No, don't stay.
You're threatening me. I feel threatened.
For what?
You are threatening my children.
Stay your children.
You are threatening my
you
children.
You said that you're lawyer.
I am.
Stay far from me.
You got out of the car. You are the aggressor. That's how the
I'm
law works.
closing the door.
You're the aggressor. You got out and chased me.
I'll make sure that...
You do that. Big shot. Let's see how far
Big
that
shot.
gets you.
5 people.
Let's see how far it gets
Let's
you.
be honest.
You're the aggressor.
So it goes on for a while, but it starts with, I heard you say that we're Jewish, and then it goes from that to, you got out of the car and you chased me. You're
the aggressor, you're anti-Semitic. And so what's the main issue here? This type of guy can't ever lose an argument? Step down? Be like, you're right, I do have 5. We were trying to sneak a kid. One's a kid.
We're trying to save money.
Yeah.
Recognizing and addressing an addiction to diaper usage involves evaluating how it affects your daily life and relationships. While enjoying diapers for comfort or emotional support is common, it becomes concerning when thoughts about them dominate your mind.
We need to also teach white people Ubuntu. It's not in their nature. We need to teach them. We can't say, guys, Ubuntu, come on. Don't you get it? No, they don't get it. They will never get it. They're not the same level of human beings we are. So we need to start treating them like infants. When you see an Elon Musk, you see the richest man in the world. No, you should look at him and say, this is the richest baby in the world. You understand? And siyahlulega as black people. Like, seriously, siyahlulega. And that's what's leaving us behind. We're better than white people at everything that we do, that they do. Better than them at every single thing. Every single thing. The best person in every single thing that both black people and white do is black. Everything. Every single thing. You understand what I'm saying?
I am once again asking for your financial support.
So this near miss that's happened at Midway Airport. Stunning video showing the Southwest Airlines flight dodging a small plane as it crossed the runway just as the larger aircraft was coming in for a landing.
21-year-old Colombian national Robert Rodriguez Melendez in court accused of rape. The victim, a woman waiting for her food to be delivered by a female Uber Eats driver.
So let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go fuck yourself.
Instead, we're pushing conspiracy theories, and some of them are killing people. It's the same thing that we have coming out of Doge. It's the reason that people are dying. It's the reason that farmers are losing their farms, because we continue to peddle conspiracy theories. It is time for us to say, Mr. President, guess what? Russia invaded Ukraine. Can we at least agree on that one? Facts matter. Y'all, this is literally potentially putting us into an international crisis. We may be heading towards the next world war because we have a president that wants to pal around with Putin and wants to do everything to make him feel good, including lying about who invaded who.
I'm having a delayed reaction, but I just realized that I'm too scared. That they are born of magic and fire, and so are all of we. You don't fucking do that shit here. Fuck that.
Doge did not exist 2 years ago. 19-year-olds were not raiding the treasury 2 years ago.
I mean, look, Zelensky, Trump is right and Vance was right.
Zelensky is in a very, very weak and vulnerable position. $350 billion, and the American people have made it very clear that they are done.
What's your name?
George.
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all. Nope.
Explain the outfit.
It's $29.99 on Amazon. I would recommend buying a small if you're my size. This one's a little too loose for my liking. But yeah, if you want some entertainment, wear this and go to a Home Depot in a sanctuary city like where I live right now, Washington, D.C., and you'll see all the illegals. Not all of them, but you can maybe see a lot of them start to run away. And you feel like a group fitness instructor. It's really good.
And you know what? You're not even wearing a suit. It's disrespectful. Who shows up to the White House in a t-shirt and jeans like a garbage person?
140 race-based laws in South Africa, all anti-white. And 8 days ago, Cyril Ramaphosa, our president, signed into law, and just hear these three words, expropriation without compensation. And this is just the straw that broke the camel's back. There's been endless laws, anti-white, boiling us like a frog in a bowl.
I just paid off my student loan. It's tough getting older. Went into an antique store, they wouldn't let me leave. I tried using that face aging app. They said, nah, you're good. I'm officially an old man. I give unwanted advice to total strangers. I told a kid to pull his pants up, his underwear was showing. He mocked me, tried to give me a wedgie, but the joke was on him, I was wearing Depends. I went to the doctor because I thought I had arthritis. I don't. I have early onset rigor mortis. I joined a dating site for people my age called Carbon Dating.
There is absolutely nothing beneficial that pardoning Chauvin would do for the Trump administration, for this country, for race relations, for anybody else. It is absolutely destructive. It makes no sense. And so for me, when I first saw this, generally conversations that happen come from the ground up. Usually there's some sort of murmuring under, and then it kind of like bubbles up, and then it becomes a national conversation. This seems to be a very top-down conversation that comes from somebody with an enormous amount of influence. This is nothing that anybody was talking about or thinking about. So it really makes me question, why is this conversation happening right now? It makes me question, why did Ben Shapiro want to start this conversation right now? Who does this benefit? Doesn't benefit Trump, doesn't benefit America, doesn't benefit race relations, it doesn't benefit anything. And the last point I'll make on it is this. There are very few people that can actually really speak to in depth what was going on in that trial, how how George Floyd actually died, et cetera, et cetera. There's probably 5 people that have, spent the bulk of their day on a podcast set every single day, like Ben Shapiro, like maybe 2 or 3 other people that can really talk to you in depth about this. So then they're positioning themselves to say, no, listen to me. I'm the one who really knows about this. So what? Trump's agenda is supposed to be derailed. Where we're at as a country right now is supposed to be derailed because these leftists and these Democrats are looking for a reason to have another race war. That is what they love. So why this conversation is happening right now, I have no idea.
So you're not for it at all?
No, I am not.
Like 10 issues that conservatives gave up on, right? So they kind of redefined conservatism. One of them is this gay stuff, right? We've sort of embraced fully embraced the gayness. And you were fighting that with Rob Smith, right? You guys, the whole question was, how is anal sex a conservative value?
Right.
I mean, we did give up on this, right? I mean, what do you think about this? I mean, are we really winning if we're talking about all these issues, but this is one we're not talking about? Have you changed your opinion on this? Or what do you take about the fact that conservatism is gay now?
Yeah, well, it always has been. It always has been.
All right, y'all, we're going to pour it in here, do a little dance while you in.
Close. You gonna put a whole thing in there?
Oh.
Now close it.
All right, y'all. And if you want, you can do a little dance.
Back up.
If you want. shake it up, you know?
Oh, what the fuck is she doing? What do you need?
I'm sorry. Here's my impression of
George Floyd.
obeying the law.
Good morning, shopkeep. I'd like to purchase some cigarettes from your fine establishment. Why, yes, I do have legal United States currency. There you go. Keep the change. No, you have a great day. See you tomorrow. Oh, hi, officer. Here, let me hold that door for you. Have a good one. And hey, stay safe, sir. A lot of bozos out there. Boy, life sure is a whole lot easier when you're not a career criminal junkie piece of shit. Oh, 8:30 already? Oh, geez, I better get going. Wouldn't want to be late to my full-time job. I've got lungs filled with air and a zest for life. Yep, I'm thinking it's gonna be another great day in the life of me, George Floyd.
This concludes the Alex Bot AI Laughter Experience.
Man's world, you go girl, no more sugar and spice and everything nice. It's a chic thing and it's all in me. I can be anything that I want to be. Don't consider me a minority. Ladies, help me out if you agree. Now I can bring home the bacon fried in a pan. Never let you forget that you're a man. Cause I'm a W-O-M-A-N. That's what I am, doing all I can. The thing that makes me mad and crazy, upset. Gotta break my neck just to get my respect. Go to work and get paid less than a man when I'm doing the same damn thing that he can. It's a sheep thing.
Yeah, I want to be clear that my grandparents don't agree with Nazis. Now, my grandfathers are both dead. They didn't vote. but they were in the U.S. Army in World War II. They wouldn't have voted for a Nazi. They were in the army to go to Germany, crush Nazism, and shoot Nazis. And they're American heroes for that.
All the information that's getting disclosed, supposedly this administration, what do you have the least faith that we're going to come to
Epstein,
a conclusion?
for sure.
Epstein.
And I think it's because of Israel. I think
Really?
that because I mean, when you really dig into Epstein, his entire network was Israel. It was clearly. Like Ehud Barak was the ex-prime minister and the ex-head of Israel.
To pray for somebody and they can actually fucking get better. Christianity is a huge scam because you have to believe that you're a piece of shit fuck-up, sinner, so disgusting and wretched you can never even be in the presence of God. That's the first thing you have to believe. You then accept that only God can save you, and I can only be saved through God, and boom, within 2 or 3 steps, you have a total reliance. You have stripped people of their own self-worth, their own self-confidence. It's gone, and now all they have is God to rely on. It's the perfect scam.
Yo, this is the Ranking Rizzler on appropriations.
Gorgeous. If you're against non-consensual genital mutilation of children, you should probably be talking about circumcision, not like trans people, because nobody's actually doing that to children. Transitioning them, I mean. They are circumcising them.
Egg check. How old are you? How old are you? How old? I'm 29. You're 29? You're running out of time. You're running out of time. I had my first kid at like 24 or 25. You're running out of time.
What's more worrying is the foul odor wafting from the man's direction.
From the moment we spoke to him, we could smell that something wasn't right. It looks like he was a little bit frightened.
We've noted that there is a particular smell which is consistent with fecal matter.
that should be avoided? Like, will America still be America if it's 90% Indian, it's 90% Chinese? Or is there a stock, a certain type of people with a certain
I will answer the question this way. America will cease to be America if it does not have a Christian foundation and undergirding. That is how I will answer.
So if it was 90% Indian Christian, is that still America?
If it's Christian, yes.
Blossom was constantly stressed.
Wait, is it daylight savings?
Buttercup was constantly rebellious.
I'm not wearing that dress anymore. It's gender normative and ass ugly.
I learned a lot about women. I think I learned exactly how the fall of man occurred in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and Adam said one day, wow, Eve, here we are at one with nature, at one with God. We'll never age, we'll never die. And all our dreams come true the instant that we have them. And Eve said, yeah, it's just not enough, is
it? Wow. That's not funny.
I was just waiting for more.
Well, that was kind of his point.
Oh, God.
That's kind of what he was saying.
I mean,
$40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her dream job.
I didn't think that, being so happy can turn into something like this.
We came to a country, found a people we deemed inferior, and stole their land right out from under them. And since then, we have imported different races we deem inferior to do our dirty work for us. And when that work is done, we lament their presence in our country as an assault on our values.
Shut the hell up, dude. Have you spent much time among the Chinese, Mrs. Blake?
More than you, I'd wager.
You'll have to forgive my wife, Senator. She's never one to pass up a heated debate.
I guess you lost her vote, Senator. If she had one.
Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow.
But he's like, hey, I want to question the World War II narrative. And this is when I was like, oh, this is it. This is the hook that he's using. Let's play the clip.
So they use World War II. Let me ask you guys a question. If they use World War II to subvert white nationalism to the point of extinction, wouldn't it be truly treasonous if the story of World War II wasn't even true?
Andrew Tate has the balls to say, hey, we need to question World War II and the narrative that we bought. That nationalism is bad because Germany was nationalist before World War II.
Well, I do think, because there's also a lot of great things that I see, like in like a lot of Jewish families, they value education.
Right.
They invest in their children.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like some of the things that they do super well. They work together, right? Like a lot of Jewish guys that I know, they'll connect you with another Jewish guy to work with or something, like they help their group, and that's something I feel like other groups could learn how to do as well, you know?
Are you hanging with Diddy? I think he's in there with you.
He is. And I don't know, he's been kind.
I also started working at a brothel. My pronouns are cum dumpster. A lot of the men feel kind of guilty. They think that they're taking advantage of us. And you worried? Charlie. I simply really enjoy getting railed for money. It's not that deep.
People often ask us, do you make trans candles? And our answer is simple. There's no one way to be trans. There's no one way to have a trans body. Our candles have always been and will always be gender neutral. If what you're asking is whether we create design with top surgery scars, bottom growth, or bodies with penises and breasts, the answer is yes. We absolutely do.
This is actually interesting. So let's analyze this. Free speech. This is an interesting conversation because America believes it has free speech. It doesn't. But every single country in the world has things you cannot talk about. Every single country in the world has off-limit topics.
Mm-hmm.
In Russia, it's Putin. In the Middle East, it's Islam. In Turkey, it's Erdogan. If you talk against them, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. Do you know what the American one is?
What, speaking out against the Dems?
Speaking out against the Jews. If you speak out against the Jews in America, you're going to get in a lot of trouble.
Hi, Senator Rick Scott here. I hear from Americans, it seems like every day, they're sick and tired of changing their clocks back and forth.
Well, just on principle, like every other group in the world has the right to its own homeland except white people? Like what?
Yeah.
Like tell me, just explain to me how that makes sense. Either no group has the right or every group has the right. Yep. It's really that simple. And if you want to say no group has the right, okay. You might even convince me. I don't know. I'm not a race guy, actually, by my temperament at all.
What is the best one-night stand you've ever had?
So many. I mean, I had so many fun one-night stands in my 20s and 30s. I once had sex with this guy. What was his name?
And what does me having 7 kids have to do with anything? I didn't ask nobody to take care of my kids. I asked for y'all to, when y'all come in my DM, to be ready to provide a little something for me. All I said was I needed my nails done and I need a new oil change. Y'all can't do that.
Oh, she's dead. She's fucking dead.
Oh, yellow jacket. Alright, what's wrong with the yellow jacket?
Kill her ass! Kill her! Somebody fucking kill her!
다 움직였어.
I'm good.
Stop! Okay? Stop! I know you only want the fucking attention. I know that you just want fucking people to fucking be mad at you because you're a fucking troll, but you know what? Fucking stop!
I made it so I could, so he'll get sick and fucking die. I hate this fucking man.
Mayor Johnston, coming back to you, how much did your city spend on illegal immigration? Do you have a round number?
Over the last couple of years on all newcomers, whatever their status was, it's around $79 million since 2022.
$79 million. Mayor Johnson, Chicago. How much has the city of Chicago spent on illegal immigration?
If you're referring to the 2022 up to 2024 of the buses coming from Texas, roughly the same percentage of the state of Texas, about 1% of our overall budget.
What is that? Because I don't have the city's budget in front of me. Numbers.
It's 1%, and if you want the actual calculation, we can make sure someone...
You're the mayor. You don't have the math in front of you?
It's 1% of the overall budget over the last 4 years.
All right, that's why you're a failing
which
mayor.
is
Mayor
the same
Adams,
number that was sent from us
How much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
It's total bullshit. Absolute bullshit. They are not making America safer again, and what they are doing is terrorizing immigrant families. That is what they are doing. Parents who are afraid to send their kids to school, parents who are afraid that they won't come home again, kids who are afraid to leave their houses, refugees who have waited for years to come into this country. And our mayors are sitting here enduring this ridiculous hearing. This is just a reminder that our rights are being taken away from us right as we speak.
Black people are the first people. Black people are the mothers and fathers of everybody on this planet. The first people to know about God. The first people to be mathematicians, architects, scientists, philosophers, to know about astronomy. But when the people who classify themselves as white started taking over, they knew of the critical importance in the area of religion of telling people, the whole world of colored people, that God was white.
Hey, motherfucker. I ain't Romania. I ain't jail. I ain't fucking England. I ain't all the places all the haters said I was gonna be. I'm chilling. I'm cool. What's the problem?
That shit is ugly as fuck. We wear that shit.
It's great.
Take that shit out now.
Are you being for real?
Take that shit out now.
Okay, what's your problem?
Take that shit out now.
You were dressed in the sort
But
of
take that shit out now. Take that shit out. That shit is ugly as fuck. That shit is ugly though. Like, look at your fucking hair.
It doesn't look bad.
That's ugly.
Hey, please stop following us.
Come on, one time.
We gather in celebration of the Oscars on the ancestral lands of the Tongva, Tataviam, and Chumash peoples, the traditional caretakers of this water and land. We honor and pay our respects to Indigenous communities here and around the world.
I don't think I have ever done a more controversial interview. I'm going to let you down horribly in this interview. Oh, whoa, I had no idea that this was actually biblical Christianity, and this guy really seems to be making a sound case for that. He conducts himself very well. I would even argue probably better than I did. You're going to be very disappointed in this interview, and especially with me. It's an interview, not a debate. The interview was not a debate. If it had been a debate, then I readily admit that I lost the debate. I mean, Mahler is cool as a cucumber. Roseborough gets really hot under the collar. I'm shocked, flummoxed, very angered. So debate was not my goal in this interview. That was not the purpose of the interview. The debate begins with our analysis of Mahler's answers. That's when the debate begins. And if you want to see where the debate begins with our postmortem on the Mahler interview. That Mahler is a very dangerous man.
How can we help you, officer?
I heard y'all got fit.
Wait a minute. Here's the part I don't understand.
So who's that person exerting the pressure?
But you are uniquely qualified to get this answer because one of us can call the President of the United States right now and ask him. And the other one is me. So why don't you know?
That's a great question.
It's the only kind I ask.
So what I brought to it was the knowledge that a member of the Senate Intel Committee, I'm not guessing, called over and said, you cannot appoint this person.
So why don't you expose that person, first of all, so we can start chasing after him?
Tom Cotton of Arkansas did that.
Walking around with this glazed look in their eyes and just stumbling. Like this one behind me. Hi, yes, how are you doing?
California.
Oh, very nice to meet you. You know,
49ers.
You're gonna do you're gonna do an interview with us?
Sure.
Okay, because we were just talking about here along Bourbon Street and the STD rate that's been going on here. And so, how long have you had an STD?
I don't have an STD.
Oh, then why did you want to talk?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Are you serious?
Nothing to be ashamed of right now.
No, I don't have an STD. That's so
okay,
disrespectful.
okay, yes. Anyway, so I.
We are hitting Charlie 1.
Triangle! Northwest!
Yes, tonight is the night of the lunar eclipse. There'll be some special things going on during that. Ever heard of moon water? Ever heard of sanguinarianism? Yeah, it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, they brought it back a couple of times, and they went with cheaper leather. Okay. You know what I mean? Because some corporate cunt had to give himself a fucking bonus check at the end of the year. What if we made it worse, but made it look the same? Yeah. Then could our pools be bigger? Free Luigi!
Hello, my name is Nicole Georges, and I'm here to demand that the locker rooms and bathrooms at District 109 be designated as biological male and biological female.
The town of Banff is eyeing changes to its recreation center dressing rooms to make it more inclusive and safe. These include separating dressing rooms from washrooms and putting clear windows on some walls in dressing rooms. As Tyler Barrow explains, the changes are sparking both positive and negative reaction.
These renderings are what the Fenlands Banff Recreation Center could one day look like. One change would see washrooms separated from dressing rooms, which according to the town is a first of its kind concept in Canada.
The goal of this is to improve player safety and equity in sport, and we want everyone to have the same experience while they're participating in hockey, and the overall goal is to grow participation.
This falls in line with the 2023 Hockey Canada policy requiring participants to arrive at arenas wearing a base layer. The town is considering the changes to the dressing room, which were previously redone back in 2011 after seeking public feedback on what residents want the future of Fenlands to be.
We heard accessibility and inclusivity was the top things that our community wanted.
The other concept would see glass windows put on the dressing rooms, which Arbuckle says provides a safe space for players, helping prevent bullying and harassment, while also providing more visibility for coaches. It should be noted changing rooms and shower stalls are private. The concept drawing some pushback from residents.
Men or women in various states of undress, so the idea of windows on the dressing room is one that's lost on me anyways.
I sort of think about that difference of my 14, 15-year-old child, and then there is an 11-year-old girl in the shower stall right beside him changing.
My pronouns are they, them, or at least that's what I share with people most often, but for this particular meeting, I will come out fully as saying that my pronouns are she, they, him. Now, I don't usually go into that because it becomes a quite interesting, delicate conversation about what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman. And I get that. That is a conversation that we don't generally have as young people or even as adults in our current culture. Fair enough. So I will simply say what I told my 60-year-old father, who was also born and raised in the Madison area, like myself. I asked him, do you know what it means to be a man? And to his credit, he said, no, I don't. And then I asked him, do you know what it means to be a woman? And again, to his credit, he said, no, I don't.
Say, ah! God damn it! God damn it! Hey! Hey! Stop! Hey! No! No! No, hold on! I'm out of call the police. Kill him. Kill it.
Oh my gosh, a Tesla Cybertruck is on fire. All right.
If you don't like Nick, that's fine. Yeah, I like him. We agree on a lot of things.
Yeah.
We actually disagree on a lot of things too.
Okay.
But it's that. See, here's the thing, and I'm glad I'm getting the opportunity to like speak about this. Right?
Good.
People say that I'm a white supremacist or white nationalist or anything like that. That couldn't be further from the truth. The thing is, the reality is this. We agree on some things and we disagree on some other things. One of the things we agree on is them boys and obviously infiltrating our government.
Pretty good contribution.
Caleb Lally sent $10. Big love from Christchurch, New Zealand. I listen to your show every day without fail. Get in the gym though. You can see you're putting on weight in your face. Don't cry too much.
Am I? Well, look, I've decided that I'm just gonna resign myself to just getting fat. You know what? It's a losing battle.
What's the problem with xenophobic nationalism? Don't you think that's better for Americans in general?
To be xenophobic nationalism is better.
We should have a coherent culture. Everyone should be a part of the same culture. We should have assimilation.
Which, do you get to choose what the culture is?
We already have a dominant culture.
What is
based
the dominant
on
culture?
European and Christian values and identity. That is the dominant culture.
White Christian,
it's rooted in European identity.
White. So your argument is
that has been the dominant culture.
Just to be
and
clear,
we're not letting people assimilate to that. We're saying you should keep your culture, and this is why our culture is so divided.
Your argument is that Trump is good for those who want a dominant white European culture.
I mean, that is what America is. It's rooted in European identity and Christian values. That's what it has been. Would you really disagree with that? What is it then, if that's not the identity of America?
Well, I think the identity of America...
For the majority of time, America's been a country. You don't think that's been the identity?
Well, actually, no. I think actually the identity of America has been, for better or for worse, a melting pot in that regard.
Yeah, maybe since like the 1960s. Even then, even we had this idea of a melting pot literally means assimilation too. It means melting. It means you're assimilating to the dominant culture. Is that not what melting means?
No, it doesn't
and
mean
now
you're
instead we're saying there's something wrong with xenophobia.
Dominant culture. No. I mean, look, I got to be honest with you, you and I have a fundamental disagreement. We will never see eye to eye on this. It's a choice. And people, I think what you're expressing, though, is really what the Trump movement at its heart is about. And I think that's problematic.
I disagree. I don't think Trump's anywhere close to being a Christian nationalist. That's ridiculous. Trump's basically a Democrat from 15 years ago when it comes to social issues.
So you don't think that he's conservative enough for you?
Oh, definitely. Nowhere close. No.
He's not xenophobic enough for you?
No, he's trying to import a bunch of H-1Bs. Are you kidding?
Right. Oh, so you want to get them out too? Yeah. No, I think you're making my argument for me.
I called him and I said, "Did you hear that?" He said, "No, what?" It's like I heard loud bangs coming from downstairs. And he said, "Oh, it's probably the dogs, because we have dogs that jump on the patio table and on the kennels, and so they're always making sounds." But I felt like it was a lot louder than the dogs normally are. So I told him, I'm going to lock the doors just in case. And so I locked my balcony door, and then I locked my bedroom door too. And then I laid back down trying to just maybe it was the dogs. And then I hear more loud bangs coming from my bedroom door that I just locked. And so I called him and I said, "Hey, is that you trying to come in?" Because I locked the door. And he's like, "No, it's not me." And I said, "Well, someone's trying to come in here." And as soon as I said that, they were shooting the door, kicking it down. And then 3 guys came into my bedroom. It was dark at first, and they turned on all the lights. And then they pointed the gun at me while I was in bed, said, "Stand up, stand up." And so I went into the corner of the room where there's a chair, and they were kind of all three of them surrounding me, and I was sitting in the chair, like not sure what to do in this situation. They kept saying, "Where's the crypto? Where's the crypto?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." It's like, "Where is it?" And then they said, "Hit her." And so I knew they were about to hit me. And so I actually took boxing classes like a year or two ago. And so instinctively, I was just putting my hands up like this, and that's why you don't see it on my head actually. Like, cause I blocked my head. I actually had like stitches, lacerations, and like some stitches. It's like in my hairline.
They are not people the way that we're people. I mean, we're talking about like Elon Musk, man.
I remember I got a suspension for saying something like that. I got in trouble for that.
I gotta go. Hit me. Come here.
We got Nikon versus Chibu.
You would submit, even when he was slaughtering Christians, murdering millions of Christians in the Gulag system, destroying churches, essentially eradicating Christianity in all of Eastern Europe, you would just submit to that.
My life. I'll submit to Caesar if Caesar wants to take my head off.
So you would have submitted to Adolf Hitler?
Absolutely. Would I obey Nazi laws like my grandparents did? Yeah, absolutely I would.
You have some Jews hiding in your neighbor's house. Would you turn them in?
No.
You're not submitting to Caesar. Caesar has commanded you to do so.
I'll submit to Caesar if Caesar wants to take my head off. The government does not have the right to take the life of a human being without properly establishing that they're an evildoer and that the evil that they've committed rises to the level of being punished by death. I'll submit to Caesar if Caesar wants to take my head off.
I now recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr. Chairman, could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply...
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman? Would you repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America, please?
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue this
You
hearing.
will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
God have a big fat dick, 'cause it feels like he's fucking me. Are his balls filled with lightning? Do they tingle like heaven's keys? Does your God have a big fat dick, 'cause it feels like he's fucking me?
Jack Posobiec said it this morning, and I tend to agree with him. It's like, hey man, they're trying to make proclaiming Jesus as king, they're trying to make it illegal. They're trying to smear that whole deal to where people can't say it.
And let's say it goes straight, but then it starts to curve to the left a little, just in this random example. Okay. Because the scattering of the magic pixie dust is scattering that light in all directions, I see that beam of light going off to the left because some of its light is getting scattered back to my direction.
I'm not sure if I agree with that. But do we agree?
That's the fourth time I have to stop here. So that's the fourth time that I've explained something from basic physics, and you've said you don't disagree with it. You have every right to disagree. But it is disingenuous to bring an expert onto a show and then
This is what I was talking about earlier, where nobody knows the answers to these things. Oh my God.
Bitches in the future?
Good night, everyone. Thank you. This is Wheel of Fortune, Joe.
Bitcoin is the future.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
American identity, but not under a race. And unless you're native, you are an immigrant. You are a form of immigrant. You are not native to this land. So many of her followers, including her, said, well, you can go back to Mexico. I'm indigenous. Am I also Mexican? Yes. Do I also have family in Mexico? Yes. I'm indigenous. Where do you want me to go? Like, I'm from here. This is where my ancestry traces back to. So why don't you go back to Europe?
And then I look at these dudes, they losing their hair, their skin look great, because they releasing their precious life force, just masturbating. You beating your dick to another man's success.
Excuse me, sir, how do you feel about women pinching men's bottoms in the street?
I regret to say it's never happened to me before.
Never?
If you had to choose between free Starbucks for a whole month or 1 Bitcoin, what would you choose?
Starbucks, probably.
I would agree with
Starbucks.
Starbucks, better choice.
Free Starbucks.
Okay, why is that?
I've heard stuff about Bitcoin. For some people, it's profitable. For other people, it's not. So it's a 50-50, and I don't have time to take risks and chances on stuff like that.
Move out. Now, how to become the brain taken count the goats and lambs. Now, just follow the wind blow and count the clouds.
I'm not gonna lie, if this is real, this is incredibly based. I know, a lot of groypers hate me. A lot of people even who like me disagree with me on this. But what I just read here is incredibly based. I don't get how people could think this is wrong.
It's a treat like McDonald's was when the Moon Man was in charge. McDonald's! Oh yeah, fire up the gas chambers!
Enter the world of Skibbity Toilet. Introducing the Mystery Surprise Toilet. Press the button for jump scare action. Discover mystery surprises inside. Stickers, exclusive lanyards, minifigures, and more.
Cheddar Man reconstruction was advised by a scientist called Tom Booth, who works with the Natural History Museum. In 2017, he worked on a paper with my former university, UCL, where he complains about racists and right-wing people and Brexit and how geneticists have a duty to try and prevent people from identifying with ancestral populations because that feeds into nationalist narratives. Recently, after all this time of him encouraging black people in UK to believe Cheddar Man was like them somehow and like part of, like, racially like them or genetically related to them, even though he knows perfectly well that Cheddar Man has no relation to them. He'd made a tweet saying something along the lines, I have to paraphrase, like, now that black people have identified with Cheddar Man is politically black because he's part of their cultural frameworks. Like, you just lied to make them think that, and then you say because they believe the lie, therefore now it has to be true because it's part of their cultural experience of being British and black. So it's completely unscientific. It's so dishonest.
Okay, so we were talking about the space-time continuum, and Aaron had a really great philosophy for why things always feel the same and we're so boring and mundane.
Time is not linear, so we don't really have free choice or free will because everything that has already happened and you've already made that choice. Because you know how when you're like moving at light speed, time slows down? So like time isn't linear, it's just linear in our heads because everything that has occurred has been in a cycle of occurrence.
So nothing's
like
our
nothing.
fault. No,
Yeah,
but then
it's
nothing's
just-
new.
Yeah, nothing is new.
The instant goose is a technique where you goose the first duck instead of going into a duck rhythm. The best time to use this technique is when the player before you does a lot of ducks. It's the change in rhythm that throws them off. Goose.
Pay close attention to the way I act once I become it. I act tired and disengaged. Then I strike.
Goose! Goose! You can't do that! Actually, as of right now, the instant goose is still technically tournament legal. He's got a knife!
At this point, your opponent will likely try to stab you.
What you want to do here is block, disarm, knee to the groin.
Mastering these duck-duck-goose techniques is essential if you ever want to be taken seriously.
Oh, I'm a real island boy. Oh, I'm a real island boy.
Listen, someone just needs to do it. Someone just needs to get it done. Someone just needs to do it. And I'm not usually pro doing it, but like someone just needs to do it. Someone needs to get it done.
If you come into my work with some Donald Trump propaganda on, you're getting harassed.
Dang. Look at this. How'd you hear about this?
Today, the Trump administration took one more step on their authoritarian march, detaining Palestinian student and recent graduate of Columbia University, Mahmoud Khalil.
I fear we don't hate Elon Musk enough.
Well, it doesn't look like we're flying out today now.
Hey, if you have an issue with trans women being in cis women's sports, you're either not a real athlete because any real athlete would welcome a challenge and welcome the opportunity to show that they're better than the other person, or two, you're a fucking sore loser, or just not an athlete in general. So...
Where is your next destination?
Suffering under Musk. So just a bunch.
Okay. Here to Sindre.
What the fuck you call me?
We'll put this up on the screen. They have pre-diabetes.
I didn't order
that. You did not order that. We'll just put it looks great. I'm sure one of our guys. Would anyone like a free shake? Anyone? We got to be somebody in here.
you get some of these other people who then come out and say yes, and then start screaming the Jews over and over and over again. And when they do, they get millions of views, even when they're wrong or crazy. And I'll give you a good example. Jake Shields is a really great example of someone who I believe was brain captured or brain shocked or whatever by what is likely
a family. Well, unfortunately, that's no longer the case. I mean, we've grown our population by about 1.5% every single year for like the last 20 years, right? Largely through immigration.
A secondary thematic focus is biocultural and linguistic futurity.
The FBI and ATF now investigating multiple cases of possible arson targeting Teslas and Cybertrucks.
This dramatic video shows multiple cars in flames. Police say the attacker used Molotov cocktails. It's the latest in more than a dozen instances of arson and vandalism targeting Tesla.
The same suspect shot more Teslas with a gun. Tesla Cybertrucks were set on fire in Kansas City, and earlier this month, shots fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Cybertrucks on fire in Seattle.
Wow, you guys like petty acts of domestic terrorism, huh?
Here,
now you can
black
respond.
Women cannot be racist to white women. Are you kidding me?
Sorry?
That makes no sense.
Sorry?
Black women cannot be racist to white women. Do you not understand that?
Oh, yes, they can.
You don't have the intellectual
they can.
to understand that.
Oh, yes, they
that's
can.
Very much
and you've been racist to me.
That's very much impossible.
You've been racist to me, a white man, by saying I'm a race baiter. Yeah.
How am I racist to you? I'm black. I can't be racist to you.
You call me a race baiter with no evidence.
We value freedom. Like, I don't think we would ever accept being controlled by another country. And I think that the majority of us would rather die before that happened.
Right.
I think
or we just don't know that it's happening.
Oh, here you go again. Okay, Theo, here you go. Theo, what country are you talking about? Theo. Candace, see what you started, Candace. Theo, what are you talking about right now, Theo? Theo?
Look, I'm Whoopi Goldberg. We're going to go to commercial break right now, guys.
Did you notice that N is the only black letter in Nutella?
Ali Clark rarely struggles with her words, but this incident has hit hard.
What has just happened has been horrible.
The media personality says she was leaving an International Women's Day event at Sky City when a taxi driver refused her fare.
Got in the cab, sat there, and I gave my address, and my address is only not far, and I said I'll pay more, and he said, well, no, you need to get out.
But it's what happened next that's left her in shock.
And he said, you need to get out, you p***. I said, you need to get out, you p***.
They telling me that I'm a bully, I'm anti-Semitic fully. They saying I'm acting like Hitler, but how am I acting like Hitler when I'm a fucking nigger?
Oh my God!
They telling me get off of Twitter.
Dude! No, chat. Dude! What the fuck was that? Dude!
Damn, you're sexy, like fuck you off to white tasting, but that's just me. I think that's a great idea. God damn it, I never lied to you. We were not exclusive and I made it abundantly clear. I didn't want that, and you said that was fine. I haven't done anything that wasn't allowed within the parameters. We said, why are you screenshotting? Your heart feels pretty great, I can't lie. The verdict is you look sexy as fuck. Court adjourned. LMO, see your opinion is the only one that matters. Got that ass is fat, looks amazing.
The game's called Final Solution. Players get to be a cyber clansman or a skinhead gang member, chase minorities around a virtual urban landscape.
Little webmaster racemeister, huh?
I have the current high score. There are plenty of games where white men get killed, but obviously your kind has no problem with that.
My kind? You mean cops?
And like we had like Candace Owens and Hassan Piker, they're like different sides of the aisle last week, right?
You like Rogan had Ian Carroll, and you had Candace on like I think the same day.
It was a tough week for Israel.
Jews stayed inside. Jews went to the tunnels. They're like we everybody into the tunnels.
Happy International Women's Day. It's a good day.
It is a good day. So to all the women out there who are hardworking, passionate, caring, dedicated, loving, you guys are amazing people. And shout out to all the mothers out there, man. All the mothers.
Woman driver.
What region do you think in the world or the states probably just has the worst, like, cocaine?
Mexico.
Also see this. White women with at least a college degree, the only group of white voters that really kind of is on the left politically, aligned with progressive causes, democratic politics. Give you an example here. It's that DEI question, right here, that we asked about in our poll. We had two big statements we read to voters. Basically, do you want to continue DEI programs, or do you think they should be ended?
Sipram Konto Alliance. Shoot to kill Yamasa. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer.
Kennedy was also fighting with the state of Israel. Israel was demanding to have nuclear weapons. Kennedy was opposed to their having nuclear weapons. After the murder of John F. Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson agreed to Israel's having the nuclear bomb.
A job? You're not even in college?
When you're talking to a girl and she says that she does not want children, that is the biggest red flag in the world.
Oh, girls choosing what to do with their own bodies. God, that's such a red flag. God, don't tell him about your dreams and ambitions. This boy might explode.
Why does this brown guy have a British accent? That's not right.
Every person, every human being has the legal right to come to the United States and seek asylum or shelter. And
well, first of all, Lisa, do you consent to a second date?
Do I have a last question that I can ask?
Sure.
Okay, plot twist.
Let's go for it.
It's
like bonus rounds.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for the Trump cabinet. But with that comes a lot of things, like a cabinet that has...
A cabinet? I can't! Oh, heart is broken. I enjoyed my evening with you, but I have to stick to my morals and my principles. And democracy.
What a plot twist.
The crowd has turned into Jerry Springer up in here. This is hilarious.
Fight.
All right. Well, Lisa, thank you so much.
So
welcome. Listen, everyone's got to stick to what they believe in.
Whoa.
Eric, are you surprised with how this went?
Not really.
No? Were you expecting something like this?
I kind of seemed like they were all on the other side.
So there is a new trend on TikTok, and it is where people are sharing photos of themselves with a chubby filter. This is where we're at in 2025. I am so sick of having this conversation again and again. Why is it, do you people fear fatness so damn much?
Shortly after all that, I get a response from him. And his response is, you have a gay lisp and wear Cosby sweaters.
Your heart is pure. Rejoice. The broken are the moribund. Rejoice.
Get the fuck out, lady. Get out.
You sound like you're deaf and you're freaking stupid.
Get the
fuck out of here.
What if we just go kick them outside? What if we talk about
You're gonna physically assault me?
No, let's go outside. I want to talk about it.
You should stop.
I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it.
You're not talking.
I think she's gonna hit.
I want to
Are you
talk
gonna
about
hit?
it. Oh my God.
Don't do it.
I think
Don't talk about it with yourself.
For dinner tonight, we've got sausage and mash, but I've done a bit of a healthier alternative for me and done chicken sausages. Shane's got normal. I don't think he wanted the chicken.
I like chicken sausages.
There's more out there if you want any.
Well, we'll always have an extra sausage.
There's loads of sausages out there.
I could always stand mash.
Oh, and we got broccoli and creamy cabbage as well.
Creamy cabbage. Oh, I didn't have that.
I didn't think you'd like the creamy cabbage. Do you want some? No?
It's not creamy though. Oh yeah, I see a little wet bit.
Mm-hmm.
Lust is a journey of 1,000 steps that begins with a kiss.
Angry because she was driving a Tesla.
I was thankfully by myself.
Lee was on the way to a doctor's appointment in Linwood Wednesday morning when she says all of a sudden a driver behind her just laid on the horn as they came up to a red light. Things spiraled out of control when a white SUV followed her and cut her off, stopping in the middle of the road.
Gets out and walks straight up to my window. So I cracked my window and I said, what is the problem? And he goes, you need to sell your car. This is a Nazi car. You're driving it. You need to sell your car.
Here we go. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Andy. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Andy Perez, also known as Andy Worski, online, and I'm here to make an official statement that after speaking to some lawyers today and having also some advice, as well as having... Hey, what's up, everyone? Andy Perez here, also known as Andy Worski, online. I'm here to make an official statement that after speaking to some lawyers and analyzing everything, that I will be suing Right Wing Watch. I'm going to be suing Right Wing Watch and Jared Taylor in whatever combination I have to once we start the process, which will be in a few days. The lawyers are bargaining right now, and we're going to pick one. I'm going to put a payment, a fixed payment there, and start the payment so we can just get into this. And we will be, I will be having a fundraiser. I'll put the link down there. Indiegogo. It will be Indiegogo, and it will be completely for the funds to sue and take down the Right Wing Watch and Jared Taylor. And if it doesn't take down the Right Wing Watch, it at least will prevent them from doing what they always do, is mischaracterize people and make them look horrible. You might be conservative, but now you're a white supremacist who's... but etc., etc. We've been through the same song and dance.
Down other than the stock market for a change. Our co-president, Elon Musk, sent a SpaceX vehicle to bring the astronauts back, and when they landed, he fired them immediately upon landing.
Tesla stock is way down, almost disastrously so. People have...
We've seen a devastating rise in Islamophobia, leaving people feeling fearful and unsafe in their own country. I've heard firsthand of women wearing hijab who are too scared to travel by public transport.
Awesome, and would you like to purchase my course as well for $19.99 a month?
You think I care what the heck? Uh-oh, I might not get a job at 7-Eleven. Oh, man, I might get a permanent record. Uh-oh. Oh, girlfriend's leaving. Uh-oh. Everything's falling.
They be like, what that dick do? Let me show you, you know what I came to do. Bitch, I fucking came in you. It is not me in you, bitch. It is me in you, bitch. Don't get it twisted. My dick is a present Christmas. When you get it, you gonna miss this. Mob on my knob this instance. Man, I don't give a fuck about a motherfucking hoe. I'ma pull up with that dick and stick it in your fucking throat. Man, I don't give a fuck about a motherfucking hoe. I'ma pull up with that dick and stick it in your fucking throat. Pat on the back, good job for the blowjob. I came on the trap cause I came. Girl blew my brains out with a brain. Yeah, she blew me, tatted on my dick, said do me. Oopsie daisy, the bitch wanna have my babies. Ha ha ha, as I thought, just drop to your knees to proceed to these. All of my kids, it's a closer, yo, get to my offspring, bitch. I don't mean to be mean, let me apologize. My dick needs that wet ass mouth so open wide. So open sesame, let my dick into thee. Give me that Becky, like Aunt Becky with the bribes. Blow my dick like Osama bin Laden's wives. It's my dick time to rise.
Brother. Yes, you inspired me, man. MashaAllah, Assalamu alaikum, Chris Rampage.
I know you,
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
Bro, I've been missing something massive. I've been a Muslim 9 years. And I've been missing a full English breakfast.
Well, I've got the solution.
I got a solution.
I'm gonna give
this
you
is halal. Halal bacon, bro.
Halal bacon.
MashaAllah.
Halal sausage. Halal sausage.
System's back running. There was a loose wire in the condenser. So that's why it wasn't coming out cold.
A loose wire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This tech only charged us $150.
I'm Lisa Guerrero with Inside Edition. We just wanted to say thank you for doing a thorough job, a thorough inspection, and you passed our air conditioning tech test.
Thank you very much.
But unfortunately, there was one in the bunch who spoiled a perfect record.
It's not cooling efficiently, and you're losing it. Okay, so there's a leak in the system.
He's trying to tell there's a microscopic leak somewhere. Is that true?
No, it's not.
Look at
I've been surrounded.
What the crap?
What is going on in Ireland is a travesty. Our government is the government of zero action with zero accountability.
A United Nations judge has been found guilty of forcing a young woman to be her slave. 49-year-old Lydia Mugambi organised for the woman to travel to the UK under the pretence of working for the Ugandan embassy. Instead, she was forced to carry out unpaid work as a maid and nanny at Mugambe's home. This vision was captured during her arrest.
I even have immunity. I am not a criminal.
You've got immunity in this country?
Yes.
She in fact did not, as the UN waived it.
You are more than worthy. And this moment we have shared will be my treasure.
Love it.
How many fucking people that are Jewish have won a Nobel Prize? I mean, it's astonishing.
Yeah, massive amount. Percentage-wise?
Yeah.
It's almost like we're the ones voting.
If you're looking at like a character with like some sitcom star, I'm trying to figure out who it is.
You couldn't help but make it like a little more redneck.
And the Nobel Prize, the Nobel Prize for Best Guy goes to us again.
You know, I found out the hard way the last time that I tried this.
Oh, not again!
And I haven't seen this done with any other sodas before. And I just don't think it's going to be as crazy.
Holy shit. The Fent doesn't exist within the third dimension. The Fent is a dimension.
Tonight, a Delta passenger jet attempting to land at New York's LaGuardia Airport, striking its left wing on the runway, and the two pilots on board appeared unaware. Air traffic control pointing out the incident.
Somebody saw some sparks from one of your wings. You guys feel anything?
We did, but we'll check it.
The Delta regional flight arrived from Jacksonville, Florida just after 10 Sunday night. 80 passengers and crew on board. Conditions were suboptimal but not extreme.
White people have always indulged in cannibalism. They ate their slaves and they ate black people that were free after the Emancipation Proclamation, after lynchings. If you didn't know this, you don't follow me. And if you don't follow me, you should follow me. My name's Chemistry. I teach Black history.
So I just had a panic attack while I called the DMV to figure out if I could change my gender marker from X back to the assigned gender at birth.
You speak English?
Yes. How do you feel about animals being exploited?
I wish we would do it with people too, because we are too many.
Here at the perimeter of the camp at Auschwitz, we can see what remains of the pool. They let the prisoners swim in the pool as a reward for good behavior. But this story doesn't end there. After the pool was constructed, evil Nazi soldiers glued pennies to the bottom of it.
Welcome to New York, where you cannot have a fuck-ass thing.
I'm trans, I use they, them pronouns, but I'm also kind of just a girl sometimes.
When you knocked upon my door and I said, hello, Satan, I believe it is time to go.
If you guys bankrupt Elon, if I get to watch Elon be poor, that would truly be something. Man, that would make life worth living.
Happy Oli!
Hi there, quick question for someone who's a little more educated than me. Where should I go? I'm trans, and I live in America. I think that's all I need to say for the question to make sense. And I would love for this to be a resource that people could share with other trans people in a similar position to me. Where should I go?
31-year-old Brittany Fortenberry has been held here at the Morgan County Jail since her arrest last month on charges of sexual misconduct with a minor. Since then, 5 new victims have come forward with additional allegations. Prosecutors have asked to file up to 24 additional criminal charges against her, including 10 counts of child molesting, sexual misconduct with a minor, and 13 other charges for disseminating material harmful to minors and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Court documents say all of the teens reported Fortenberry would send them nude and explicit photos and videos on Snapchat and force them to have group sex at her Martinsville home.
Taking Formella into custody yesterday, it's understood a lengthy notes entry obtained on her iPhone appears to reference a relationship with the teen, stating amongst other things, "We will never ever be together again. I'm not a second choice. I'm the best thing you'll ever have, even with all of my mistakes." Formella adamantly denies having sex with the victim, telling detectives, per those court documents, that everybody comes after her because she is good looking and she is just a good person who cared too much.
People keep correcting me, telling me that it's Cybertruck and not Tesla truck. I don't fucking care. I don't care what it's called. I hate them. I hate them. I need them off the streets. I need them off the road. I need them off the highway. I need them out of my town. I need them out of my country. Fuck. I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of Tesla trucks. Cybertrucks. Fuck.
I want to be very clear. The red Make America Great Again hat and the new black one is the new hood.
Met someone in real life. I mean, the energy was like what I thought to be electric.
Yes.
I had one day. This was after like the height of days of girlhood. I had one day in LA and I was like, I'm going to see this man. I thought I was going to lose my virginity as a girl. Like that was the plan. I had not been fucked.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's tonight. I book full glam. I pay so much money to like look like I just walked out of a Victoria's Secret campaign. Also had like $50 to my name at this point.
Yes.
And a charge card. I bought a $700 bottle of wine.
700?
So I had saved this for like the special occasion. I had had
the
this
virginity
for
night.
2-3 years, like on the countertop, like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
And I'm going, oh yeah, it's fun. On. He goes, wow, this is like really good wine. I was like, yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it literally felt like, kiss me.
Yeah.
Like he's chasing me around the couch, lifting me up on the couch,
Yes.
like looking in my eyes, swinging me around. And finally, I was like, should we kiss? And he was like, I don't think we should. We're going to be working together. Find out, bottom.
No.
Let's say you had a friend who got kicked out of 109 companies. Is it the company's fault for kicking him out, or is it the person's fault for getting kicked out of 109 companies?
Well, if they got kicked out 109 times, it's probably their fault, but it depends on the situation.
But it's probably their fault, right?
Most likely. Yeah, agreed.
那个是不是太远了？那个啥，他们那个馆是多远的一个馆啊？是望京那边的吗？就那个我上次去的那个。看着这边魏园那边上那个门口东边。我这。
Why don't you get one of those bikes?
Oh wow, he's made another company that is single-handedly pushing humanity towards
Don't you
that,
always?
Oh my God! Not
when you
colonizing Mars. That's not happening, people. It's a marketing scheme.
Yeah.
It's a Do you know how long it would take to colonize Mars? Do you know how long it would take to terraform that thing? It's a fucking marketing scheme that everyone somehow falls for. This is my native language, I promise. That everyone somehow fell for, despite being like debunked by a Google search.
For everyone that keeps saying, we're too full of immigrants, they're stealing Australian people's jobs. I've just been sponsored. L to you. Yeah, management consultant, no biggie. Yeah, cry now, bitch.
Yep. Anybody else?
Should the Defence Secretary...
What country are you? Wait, what country are you from?
The UK.
Okay, we don't give a crap about your opinion and your reporting. Why don't you go back to your country where you have a major migrant problem?
That
vaccines and abortions, microchip, gender dysphoria supported by government fund, carbon reduction, paralleling isolation, objectively appearing to hate the children, objectively inducting nanotechnology in arm, objectively lowering demographic alarm, objectively boasting about their anti-family agenda.
Stop talking shit about women who make corn. Okay? Stop talking shit about women who work in that industry, because for one, women see you do that and they respect you less. They want to be with you less, right? And for two, these are some of the most intelligent, business savvy, and socially conscious people that I've ever personally met in my life. Genuinely. You think that they're in the industry because they want male attention, but the truth is they're so hot that they were going to get the male attention anyway, and they figured out how to monetize it, right? They figured out how to get the bag. These are women that deserve our respect.
Young nigga, that's my young nigga. That's my little crash out, that's my young hitter.
Cobb County police say this man, Zakor Garrett, was so angry he couldn't get access to the Wi-Fi, he took it out on the employees working the drive-thru at this Chipotle on South Cobb Drive.
The suspect decided to escalate the situation and brandish a firearm and began pointing it at employees.
Can I talk about it?
I don't know what you're going to say, but go for it.
I created a video. I made a video and recorded a video responding of Dennis Prager, and I didn't publish it. Yeah, the porn stuff. Yeah, and it was just him and his wife, like talking back and forth, like a fireside chat between him and his wife.
That would be excellent.
And it was super good, but it came off anti-Semitic, and I didn't want to post it because I didn't want. He's Jewish.
Why did you have to bring that into it, though?
You always have to bring it in.
Always bring in the Jews.
But I was like, I don't want to give this a platform if it does turn into that dark world of anti-Semitism. I'm like, nope, not even giving it a thing.
It's real.
I know, and Trent is Jewish, so I'm like, no, I can't do that. So
I'm gonna say their name. So here is Broccoli, who is fucking dumb. Look, no brain cell. No brain, nothing. After we have here, Phobia, who is one of my cutest rats too. Look, she's a Rex girl. She got curly hair. She's really cute. It's Bean. Bean is my only boy, but he don't have a cocoon yet. Bean is a good boy. Here it's Flan, my chunky girl. Look, she's dumb. Here is Roblochon. Oh, un bon cœur. It's a Roblochon. Oh yeah. Look, it's Roquefort. She's so cute. She's so cute. And yes, it's all my ratty. Yay! And here it's me, Riri.
Speak Chinese, you're a nigga.
Why y'all keep saying that shit?
Cause I'm speak Chinese, bro.
Why you keep calling saying nigga?
I'm Chinese, bro.
What you mean you Chinese?
I can speak Chinese, bro.
That's not Chinese, you said nigga.
Nigga? Nah, that's Chinese, bro.
And from Tuesday, this is what will happen. Judges will prepare pre-sentencing reports when necessary, and if someone is of ethnic, cultural or faith minority, or a young person under 25, or a woman or a pregnant woman, they will get a special sentencing report. Normally those pre-sentencing reports do mean that the sentence is mitigated, that time is taken off for a jail term, for example. What it means, though, is that white men are going to be treated a lot tougher by judges from Tuesday compared to other groups in society.
But as I've watched my trans loved ones come into their own truths, it was as if I went from perceiving only primary colors to a whole rainbow of subtle shades. From seeing flat images to looking at the world in 4D.
Yes, the mass immigration is insane and will lead to the destruction of any country that allows unfettered mass immigration. That country will simply cease to exist. At the end of the day, it is a numbers game, a numbers situation. If there are 8 billion people in the world, and let's say you're a country of 50 million, 60 million, or for a medium-sized country, but even for a country like the United States, which is 350 million, given that there are 8 billion people in the world, it only takes a few percent of the rest of the world to move to the country to where it is no longer that country. A country is not its geography. A country is its people. This is a fundamental concept. that is truly obvious. I mean, if you took the people of Italy and you teleported the people of Italy to say some part of the United States, it would still be Italy. But if you teleported a bunch of people from some other part of the world to Italy, where they're telling people no longer because they've been teleported to America, then the region, the geographic region, would no longer be Italy. It would be that other country. A country is its people, not its geography.
It's very unfortunate that this other child decided to make a bad choice that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. I have compassion for every human being. This is not, I want to make this very clear, this is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue. I don't want someone stepping up on a soapbox trying to politicize this. I don't appreciate some of the remarks I've seen online that people say there was this fight and they don't know, they weren't there.
Sure, I'm just saying,
I hope I can get out of this.
I'm
bed
just
again.
trying to make sure I'm positioning for those that are listening out there that I'm not like even taking a position, but you're obviously in an extremist camp, and it is preventing you from living a life,
a normal life,
a life.
I feel like I have a pretty good life.
You're not going to see people for a week in 2025 because you sat across from the table from me.
Well, because I was also on an airplane 2 seats away from a woman.
Magic little spray.
Well, yeah, and I also had an N95 on, but like that doesn't I would like to take all the steps I can
Special
to keep my
mouthwash
kids
as
safe.
well.
Exactly.
Kind of like Mormon underwear.
Yeah, they're my garments essentially. These are my COVID religious garments. So after tree service ended.
Hi, I'm Raelle, and 2 days ago on Friday, I caught my boyfriend cheating on me with an old man. That old man then assaulted me. I posted the situation on Facebook where it's pretty much blew up, and a couple hours later, I was fired from my job.
All right, bitches, we outside, we in the pool. I got me my little margarita or whatever. Now, y'all know I ain't trying to get no motherfucking water, bitch, because I just got a wax yesterday, and bitch, I ain't trying to get no, like, skin disease or nothing, or no staph infection, look like I some type of lizard or something, I don't know. I try to look like no strawberry, you know what I mean? So, yeah, my friends are on the water right now. I'm here chilling, drinking my little margarita. I just finished a pitcher, now we're drinking the cans, because we already emptied out the bar and whatever. Hopefully no bitch tell me I need no pasties this time, and we chilling. But yeah, period, y'all.
I had to just leave a party because I'm so fucking shaking mad. I went to this Halloween party where the theme was rock the boat, and I wore like all of this like old lady schmata stuff, and I made myself a fun sign that says like Silver Seniors Tour, and I started talking to this guy who walked into the party. He was really attractive, silver foxy. He was wearing like this bodysuit like he was in Tron. I don't make videos in my car, by the way, but I'm so upset that I needed to make it right away. So I was talking to him, and we were talking about how, you know, just getting to know each other, chit chat, and told him about my book, and I wrote a book, and we were talking about that, and he kept making like comments that I had slept with Dave Grohl, which I've never done, and I was just kind of like, oh, ha ha ha, you know. But he was being somewhat flirty and like doing that thing where a guy shares a drink with you if he's flirting with you or whatever, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Are you Jewish?" And I go, "Yeah, what gave it away? The Jewish star around my neck?" And he goes, "No, your crooked nose."
Hey, Dad, do an impression of Joe Biden explaining the plot to Star Wars.
So there's a galaxy parked on the side of the a long time ago, back when I was working full time anyway, I was the head of the embassy. It doesn't matter. Far away, there was galaxy and there were robots. The robots. They were not the droids you were looking for.
At face when it's 2032 and the Chi Senat Conservative LGBTQIAPNZP+ for Trump Army led by safe, edgy Anglophobes, Epic Ben Shapiro owning the libs, and the based groomers that don't make grooming their whole personality takes over the White House. And and they start giving even more money to LS Ray I to fight Hamas.
I just got oxygen for at home. My breathing is not the best. It runs in my family. A lot of us hold our breath, talk, get the exercise, the movement done, whatever we're doing, and then start breathing again. And we also take very short, shallow chest breathing instead of deep from like our diaphragm, our stomach, and really get like that deep breath.
This is Aranya. It's greeted me. Everyone's waving. Everyone is waving. Okay, that's confusing.
Are you nervous to go there and be the only black person in Oranje?
Nervous is not the word. I think uncomfortable. But everyone has been telling me, stay safe, stay safe. I'm not scared at all. I've been in crazy places before, so I don't feel unsafe. But I feel it's going to be different and uncomfortable. Big cars, Oranje flag, doors are just open, no gates. There is a statue of Hendrik Verwoerd, the architect of apartheid. Okay, there's kids. Kids are just walking around. They're kids just walking around. So it's definitely as safe as people think it is. Bicycles is hanging up, not locked. It feels different. It really does feel different. You can feel that this is not, it's South Africa, but not South Africa.
There aren't enough of you saying, hey, I'm American first. And even if I think that anti-Semitism is gross, it's horrible, of course, as an American and a citizen of this country, where my loyalty lies, I have to protect the right of individuals to express their opinions and exercise the First Amendment, provided they are not committing a crime or actually calling people to violence. This is bad. This is a bad look. This is a bad message. It's going to sow more division. And the very fact that I am saying this, and I know that there will be people mad on both sides, is what makes this bad. Let me make it really clear. People like this rabbi, not all Jews, and certainly not all American Jews. It's not enough to be anti-Semitic. You, as a public figure, have to be anti-Semitic. Shut up. You don't get special treatment.
No, I don't know what that is. What is it?
It's the involuntary celibate stuff. It's the Andrew Tate shite.
Oh,
fucking hell.
I've heard the boys talking about him.
Got a figure like a pin-up
streets. One neighborhood holds a mystery that defies perceive. For years, they walked above, unaware of the shadows below.
Yesterday, Israel announced zero tariffs on any American goods. The Trump administration hit them with a 17% tariff anyway, claiming that they had a 33% tariff rate on American goods, which clearly is not true. Why? Because it turns out that we buy more stuff from the Israelis than the Israelis buy from us. Shocker. They're a smaller country. We're a giant market. Not a giant shock, as it turns out.
I'm out here all the time, bro.
I'm 300 days a year on the motherfucking water.
All right, bro.
Every day, I'm the best charter captain you'll ever meet in your motherfucking life.
All right, bro.
Cuss me out.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro.
Don't hit the fucking fire.
Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please.
Apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Face a lurch from our young people into Nazi ideology, into anti-Israel hate, into anti-Jewish sentiment, into racism like we have not seen in decades, maybe ever. How do we stop this? I was going to start with a joke. My friend said, tell a Jewish joke. Here's the Jewish joke I picked up on the internet. Maybe you won't get it. I am paid by Israel to make these remarks. I make this joke now because what I want to say is that the values that PragerU is teaching to our children are exactly the solution to this problem. Marissa did not put me up to shilling for your organizations, what the point of the joke was. The values of our country of our Bible, of our history, are exactly what stands between us and the abyss. And we're going to be tested. And we've already lost the chance to insulate ourselves against the first wave of that test. So I implore you to support this organization. I implore you to start having brave, honest conversations. I know people are afraid, and you're wrong to be afraid. It's reasonable to be afraid, and you're wrong. It is time to make a stand. It is time to stand up for the Constitution. It's not my time. It's time to stand up for the truth. It's time to stand up for truth and goodness, biblical values, and everything that's made America great.
If you take a bunch of testosterone supplements, eventually your hair will begin to thin and so forth. I personally do not need testosterone supplements. I can go all night. Yes.
I want to clarify something right off the start because I've already heard some rumors and some gossip. This was not a race thing, and this is not a political thing. Please do not comment if you do not know what happened. Do not turn this into a racial thing. It was not. Do not politicize this. It's not. This is a human being thing.
All of my friends who have kids are in hell. I don't know anyone. I actually don't know anyone who's like happy and has children at this age. I have like a 1-year-old, like 3-year-old, 4 and under, 5 and under. I literally have not met anyone who's happy, anyone who has like light in their eyes, anyone who has slept.
Well, I also have a husband, so we're dual income.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. What does he do?
He is a bar manager for 12 local bars.
Wow. Okay, so what's
yes.
that? What hits the house on a monthly basis?
On a monthly basis, with the jobs we work, with the like VA money that comes in, we make about $8,000 a month.
Who's VA?
Husband is VA.
Okay.
Yeah. So retired military.
So what all comes in? Is it disability?
Yeah, disability pay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just every time.
I know, every time.
I'm not like questioning it. I don't know. It's just like, if I hear veteran, I know for a fact they have disability.
Anti-Semitism is not just an age-old prejudice. It is a contemporary crisis manifesting on campuses across the nation. It is not enough for individuals or institutions to merely claim they are not anti-Semitic. As my father once taught me, it is not enough for people, especially public figures, to be neutral or not be anti-Semitic. One must be anti-Semitic. We must demand the same of our universities and government institutions. This hearing, in my opinion, is an attempt to be just that, anti-Semitic.
Your pride flag's unwelcome in our school. Love is out, hate is the new rule. No more color, only black and white. No more questions, you're wrong, well, right. You know, we gotta get these liberals out of these schools. It's getting so bad that even the bullies are starting to feel like they're uncool.
They got mad at us because I said that the Hamas guys were using it on October 7th.
It was no. This was amazing. They're like, Blue Chew wants you to pull an ad, and Nick's like, they have been advertising with us for 8 years. I have a great relationship. And they were like, well, let's talk to they wanted us to talk to someone that was like the ad buyer. He's like, I want to talk to the company. We talked to their head of like
advertising or whatever.
Of promotion or something, and they were like, yeah, man, like you can't say that Hamas took it before they flew Mario Karts into the music festival. He's
and
like, you guys have been great partners, but you
yes,
can't.
I can, and I did.
Nick was like so fired up, and then they're like,
I can say that. I did say that, and it's probably what happened. Now, where is my $200? I would like my $200.
On behalf of America, for the idiots you have to deal with for what you're doing for us to improve our country. Second of all, my question is, what is your opinion on the Federal Reserve, and do you have any intentions of doing anything with them?
And the Fed.
Alex S., I've been seeing some videos popping up on TikTok. What are these guys saying and what are they doing?
Yeah, it looks like Frazzle Drip 2 is facing production setbacks. The premiere's being pushed back to 2026.
Kyle. Yo. What's the scoop on 4chan? What are these cats saying over there?
Dave Rubin drinking his son's piss straight from the source.
All right, he's got a normal, loving family. He's going to raise some great kids.
مع جاكسون هينكل الناشط الأمريكي المعارض. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
I'm selling it because I need to make up for the 60% cut that Elon made to our son's child support.
Why do you think that he did that?
That's a great question for him.
You feel like he was sort of like vindictive against you in some way?
Yeah, that's his modus operandi when women speak out.
When was the last time that you spoke to him or tried to speak to him?
February 13th.
But he's just not responding to you at all?
I miss the days when people who joined cults dropped out of society. You want to go drink raw milk? You want to worship a billionaire? Great! Go do it away from me. I am so tired of their insanity being our problem. You want to be disconnected from reality and you want to talk to us about it? No! If you're going to be this disconnected with reality, I don't want to chat. I don't want to have beef with Canada. I want clean national parks and proper safeguarding of nukes. Go drink Kool-Aid in a jungle together and leave the rest of us alone.
Yes, I am the mother whose daughter was invited to Disneyland by her dad's side of the family, and I am not allowing her to go unless the rest of the kids are invited. I have 6 kids total, so she has 5 sisters and brothers, ranging from 15 to 1. I am not going to allow one child to go to Disneyland. Every kid's dream is Disneyland. How would you feel as a child if you had sisters and brothers and one of your sisters was invited to Disneyland? You were watching them pack. You were watching them shop, for clothes for the trip. You were watching her leave for Disneyland with her Mickey Mouse ears. You would feel horrible, wouldn't you? Yes, I'm not going to allow one of my children to go to Disneyland if the other 5 can't go. No, he is not their biological father, but he was their stepfather at one time. And I have already offered to pay for half. I've already offered to pay for half. He just has to take them along with him. There's a bunch of adults going. There's no reason why they can't take 5 more kids.
Do you know what country Hawaii is in?
Hawaii is a country, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I can't pee in 4% of America right now.
Friendly reminder, as a white American woman, I will no longer be dating white men. I'm looking for anything other than a white man, okay? Just a heads up.
Hey y'all, so I'm back with another video, and today, y'all, tax dollars hit my food stamp card.
Just for one day.
The hotter you are, the crazier you can be. Men will put up with it. But the opposite is also true. This is why fat girls used to be so nice. But then the internet and a bunch of black dudes convinced them that they were hot too. Now you can't even talk to one. Relax, bitch. You can't have an attitude and type 2 diabetes. If you're over 300 pounds, you need to be as sweet as your blood sugar. These fat white girls who get with a black dude and then they're like, see, I'm not racist. And I'm like, come on, Cheryl. It's not like you had a choice. It's like when black dudes are like, I don't even like them skinny white girls. I'm like, come on, Daryl. It's not like you had a choice either.
By glances over at the car, and moments later they return and quickly start keying the passenger door with a phone in the other hand.
You can tell in the video too, like they're actively starting to record, and they're recording the whole thing. You can easily tell this is a targeted, like there's intent there, and they, you know, kind of a mockery of it, right, with all the recording.
Sticking the needle inside my Donald Trump voodoo doll for the first 100 days of his presidency until he's magically no longer president, day 63. And because some of his highly qualified staff forgot that there was a reporter in their text messaging group chat talking about starting a fucking war with Yemen, I'm going to give him a cornea abrasion.
Affordable care is under attack. What do we say?
No, the USA.
I airbrushed it, I designed it, I do my own makeup, everything.
Hey Trump supporters, I have a question for you. If you happened to be born in a different country that was quite impoverished, and your family was very poor and unable to afford the means to move to a different country legally, what would you do in that scenario?
Let's talk about your family.
Oh, okay.
Your family was super bummed when they found out that I, in fact, was not Jewish.
You've got a friend in me.
You've had quite a lot of people who are very against both in different ways.
Yes.
Do you think you've had enough people on who are supportive of either war?
I don't know that word enough, if that's a good word.
Let's say enough people who are on the side of Israel instead of wild critics of Israel.
Well, I've had a few. I mean, I believe God Sad is on the side of Israel.
For sure.
Jordan is on the side of Israel.
You had Mike Baker, Coleman Hughes.
Yeah.
Coleman did it for like 20 minutes, so it wasn't why he was here.
No. I mean, none of them. And none of them is why they're here. You know? It's a good question.
Do you think you've tilted one way?
Me personally?
No, just with the guests you've had.
The guests? Yeah, probably more tilted towards the idea that perhaps the way they've done it is barbaric.
Mm-hmm.
The family is arguing with self-defense. It's strange to me that with this story, the right is adamant that this kid just killed another kid and he should go to prison forever. And I'm like, we don't even know what happened. Like, you've got witness testimony that sounds like a fight happened at a school. Then I've heard the argument, yeah, well, he shouldn't have had a knife. He brought a knife to a school, and it's like, okay, what kind of knife was it? Was it a utility knife? Was it a switchblade? Was it a machete? Like, did he have a steak knife? Was he coming back from culinary class where he had fine Japanese blades for cutting cucumbers? I have no idea.
And what's delicious about this, did he? Oh, no shot. He blocked me. No shot. No shot, dude. No shot. What? This isn't even my real account. Dude, this isn't even my real account. Dude, no way. This is like a burner account. This is like a burner account for the stream. No way. Dude, no way. We can't even look at the quote tweets. There goes the content. Dude, we can't even look at the quote tweets now.
死んだ初めて俺に伝えている絶望の匂いだ面白いこと見せようかほらこんなに家賃が多すぎてお父さんあかんドナルド君まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょアメリカ万歳さ有名人なら誰かのマンコを掴んでいいさそう見放せるで
We're not going back to the past where women had no rights, ever.
Violence brings me so much peace. And if you're saying you probably can't understand that statement. If you think you're about to just beat on me, baby, on behalf of my ancestors, you got me fucked up.
I'm not a soapboxy type guy, but the fact that half my money's being stolen from me to pay for ethnic cleansing, I don't know if I support that really at the end of the day.
The LGBTQ are very pro-Gaza, Hamas.
They should go live there. All the leftist Jews that are pro-Gaza, give your house to the people in Gaza. Let them live in your Beverly Hills apartment where y'all come from because you're privileged motherfuckers.
104% tariffs in China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. I do business in China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it, and sell it back here.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. My dad has been domestically abusing both of us for 22 years. I have all of the evidence to put him away. We are not going back in that house. I will not move until you guys believe me.
What has he been doing?
Psychological abuse.
What's he been saying?
There's bruises in my mouth. I have photos of bruises. I have photos of how he's abusive and how he speaks to us to point such psychological abuse. What education did you guys have? What did you need to do to become a police officer right now?
60 college credits.
Okay, so
21 years old.
So you have what?
Completed 8 months of training.
Two semesters of college? How much do you get paid?
60 credits.
How much do you guys get paid?
2 years of college.
Okay, so 2 years. How much do you get paid?
I mean, you can Google that if you really want to know. I mean, I'm trying to get. I just
Okay.
got here. I want to hear your side of the story.
Do you know how many years of education I have?
You called us here for help, and ever since
I
I've
am.
been here,
Have you
nothing
spoken to?
abusive.
Because what? What is abusive? Can I?
This is
Are we in a
this is what I'm
safe?
talking about.
Are we in a safe location to tell you evidence of what goes behind closed doors? Have you ever had behind closed doors training? Do you know what behind closed doors means? Do you know what that means? What he does inside of the house when no one else is looking. He beats us inside of the house. Can I show you evidence of him beating us inside of the house? I don't want to be near him.
Okay, we need to talk to Dad.
What? He's okay. Go talk to him, please.
Because then you also wonder, like, what, like, if there's Israeli influence, because that's a big thing now. Like, how much Israeli influence is there in, like, American politics, you know?
Oh, there's a lot, yeah.
And it seems to be a ton. I feel like America's just like, it feels like we're just owned by Israel, you know? And we just never knew it.
I thought we owned them.
That's what I thought.
Uh-oh.
Have you watched Adolescence yet?
No, I haven't. I probably won't. It's a film on Netflix, and most of my time right now is spent visiting the country.
It's a four-part series on Netflix, and everyone is talking about it. It is prompting conversations about toxic masculinity, smartphone use, young men feeling that they're being ignored, the idea of misogyny being increased in school. Why would you not want to know what people are talking about?
Well, I think that those are all important issues, and those were issues that I've been talking about for a long time. But in the same way that I don't need to watch Casualty to know what's going on in the NHS, I don't need to watch a specific Netflix drama to understand what's going on. It's a fictional series. It is not a documentary. What I've been talking about recently, for instance, is banning smartphones in schools. I've been going to schools all around the country. I was in Evesham just yesterday, talking to head teachers, talking to students, and they talk about the problems that phones are causing.
The difference this documentary has made compared to, say, a politician, any politician, leader of a party, the Prime Minister, going around talking in schools, is this has made much more of an impact than any politician has in terms of what people are talking about right now. So it's really confusing that you don't want to know why, how this has made an impact, how parents are now saying we need to know more about smartphone use.
You just said you were. No, I don't want to. This guy is touching me. Oh, no. No guy will touch me. No man will touch me. Stop it. You're
as good as any trustee.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't touch me.
You're gonna fall and hit your head.
Don't touch me. You're a man.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna need help by one of these men. So Okay, I don't trust any of them except the black guy. Okay, all right. Well, we're both going to help you up then now. I hate white men. All right, let's go. I hate white men. I hate white men. I hate white men. I hate white men. I hate white men.
The woman was charged with damage to property, resisting arrest, and assault on law enforcement.
You trusted the plan, didn't you?
Hey, look, G. I told you from the beginning it can get like this. Diamond on my neck and I couldn't collect on my mother. I came up, put it in the y'all got the key to success. Rich, she, just by these truck, big pole out, yeah. Whole crew, much span work, got this shit done quit.
He's up in those cheeks, bro. Oh, he's really oh my God.
MAGA, Peter Thiel, Trump, J.D. Vance, Elon Musk. Fear us.
Y'all not gonna make me believe or feel any kind of sympathy for Austin Metcalf at all. He put his hands on that young man when he should have kept them hands to himself. When the young man told him, touch me and see, you bet not touch me, that meant that I don't want you in my space. I don't want you touching me. Rosa Parks days is over. You cannot think that you can move somebody out of a seat that you don't own and think that it's going to be okay. And you can't determine how I'm going to retaliate on you when you put your hands on me in an aggressive manner. Austin Metcalf got exactly what he deserved. Point blank, period. It's time out for feeling sorry for somebody's feelings or feeling emotional about somebody's feelings. Austin Metcalf should have kept his damn hands to himself. Point blank, period.
The marriage of Christianity and Islam, which has killed the Jews and hate the Jews, and Chrislam, they want to be the world's, the one world religion because they want control of Jewish lands with no Jews in them.
Let me.
And we never talk about it because we're not allowed to.
Well, there's a lot of conversation going on about Israel today. That's for sure.
All bullshit. All 100% Muslim Brotherhood bullshit. That's who controls our media, not the Jews. The Muslim Brotherhood controls our media.
Really?
Don't worry, she's friendly.
My darling, please don't do it. Please. I will never ask anything of you again. We can stop by Petco on the way back home and get you a nice plump puppy for dinner. Just please do not attack her.
Come on, honey, let's pick up.
I love when right-wingers say pick a struggle. Like, babe, you're the reason I am struggling so much. Y'all make life so much harder for genderqueer and disabled and mixed people. I would not need to struggle at all if y'all would just stop.
Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety.
This is real.
Dead ass, this is a sport for them?
Yes.
How the fuck do they know how to do that? What the fuck, Isaac?
Watch.
What is happening?
This is the most real part.
What do you mean this is the most real part? Meaning
Are you autistic and or queer? Sorry. Do you want to engage with communist politics on and off campus? Join the Communist Students Collective.
Look how they taking money at Dunkin' Donuts, y'all. Like, come on, man. What is this?
It's crazy.
Straight bulletproof glass through the whole thing, man. I mean, you can't even breathe on these people. Look how sealed this is. This is a professional seal. Like, you can't even talk to these people barely. Appreciate you, man.
Black. I am Filipino-Japanese, second generation. I'm a disabled trans man. But I'm also a Medicaid patient. I'm also a person who uses food stamps. I'm also a person who has been through houselessness in this country. I am also a person who has gone through substance use and addiction. And most of all, I am a patient of Planned Parenthood.
Oh my Lord.
What? I am everything that Donald Trump and Elon Musk want to erase.
Let me just go ahead and get this out there right now. If a man ever looks at me and says, hey babe, what's for dinner? And like means it, like assumes I'm in charge of dinner, what's for dinner? Divorce. That's what's for dinner.
Have to grapple with it because it's the snake, it's the beast coiled up in the heart, the bosom of the country, as Frederick Douglass said. And the fact that they are doubling down on this shows you what kind of human beings they actually are.
Say more.
We chose a felon who is more interested in loyalty, who's more interested in retribution, who's more interested in grift than in democracy. And we chose a felon because we didn't want to elect a black woman.
He was just trying to get some food.
Altmans decided to order the man food.
I opened my car, I was going to go get him some food, and literally the second I opened my door to step out, he just like starts stabbing me.
Fort Worth Police Department says Quindarius Cartwright is the man who cut Altmans in the face and chest.
Hey guys, Brittany here. I'm a mess. I'm not doing good at all today.
One where he says, what is it? Nothing matters but this. He was at a school event at the wrong team's tent with a knife. He clearly chose murder than to walk away, cut and dry here. Nope, wrong. Imagine you are invited to a party at someone else's house and you are legally carrying a firearm. And then a fight breaks out and or like an altercation breaks out between you and some guy and, you know, there's drinking involved or whatever. I'm not trying to make a 1-for-1 scenario. I'm trying to create a potential scenario separate from this one with similarities. You go to a party. Let's say you go to a party. And some guy starts saying stuff like, yo, man, get out of here. And you're like, I can do what I want. I was invited to the party. Verbal altercation escalates. And then the dude, you're standing there and you pull your sweater back and you've got a gun. And you put your hand up and say, don't come close to me, bro. I'm warning you right now. Do not come close. Do not take another step. Then the guy grabs your arm and makes a move. So you draw your weapon and you use it. Okay, make the argument you have no right to defend yourself when you're being attacked by a guy. Make the argument. By all means, go ahead and do so. I ain't going to do it. I don't know the circumstances. You can argue that you're in a place you're not supposed to be. You can argue it's that guy's house, and it doesn't matter. A guy can invite you into your neighbor could be like, come on over, brother. And then if he gets physical with you, you can defend yourself. And then what? The police are going to be like, well, you were in his house. And it's like, yeah, you invited me in. It's like, the door was open.
You're Patrick.
I'm Patrick.
Nice to meet you.
You're not fucking with me, right? Like, you said
I don't know how else to fish.
Okay, yeah. Andre. Yeah. You said Andre.
Saint Andre. Yeah.
So what's the deal, man?
So what happened up on the hill tonight?
Okay, so I walked down. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Was he there?
He was there, right? So I walk down. I see old boy walking around, right?
Who?
He's got. I've seen this guy fucking on campus before.
Okay.
I know he's like fucking like right wing dude.
Okay.
He's got a fucking like Make America Great Again hat.
Okay.
Right? Pardon my French. Like, I'm not gonna actually take your hat off.
But no, don't touch it.
Okay, sure. Probably that's probably not good.
No, it's not.
But for the thing, I like grabbed his hat, threw it, and I said like, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, you know, you're fucking wearing that hat. You're fucking. You want it to fucking. You want someone to fucking look at it, right? I didn't fucking hit him. Didn't fucking like. Body check him, anything like that. Took the hat, threw it, right? I was like, that's gonna be the end of it. Fucking, he's gonna pick up his hat. He's been gone, right? Do my thing. I threw it, and then I like heard him say something, turned around, and old boy like fucking came at me. Fucking, I don't know to what extent he hit me or he body checked me. I don't know what he did, right? He can corroborate, right? Yeah. But like he came at me, right? This is the first time where like I touched his hat, full. I admit to touching his hat, right? I didn't hit him, right? Like I didn't do anything to him. As soon as I turn around, he hit me, right?
How did he hit you?
I honestly like cannot recall exactly how it happened. It was either a body check or like a grab you. Sorry.
Yeah, you're
sorry
doing,
that I'm like,
you're doing a lot, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna like back up
Thank
from
you,
you. This.
thank you.
I don't know how to explain it with you without like doing it, like to my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and so I'm like, okay, he hit me, right? And immediately he isn't seeing like what's going on, right? He just sees him hit me.
Yeah.
Right? So this stuff happens so fast, like he just sees him hit me, right? I see like him basically protect me, right? Like, oh, this guy's attacking you, I'm gonna get you. Basically at the same second, like as soon as he attacks me, I'm reacting, I'm grabbing him. I can't say like how exactly I reacted to him, but I can say like I grabbed him, right?
Michelle Obama ran. Why would you vote for her?
Elections is over. We got the orange now. We don't need nobody else.
Whoa. You really hate Trump. Do you hate Trump more than Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's just a white traitor. I hate traitors first. He's selling out the country to anybody.
Meaning?
He's going to send Americans to die for Israel. Let them fight their own fucking war to steal the country.
Are you Jewish?
No, hell no.
What you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself, because you got to trust in yourself on this journey. And then you're feeling the love when you come down, for sure. And you're feeling that strength. So I feel really connected to that strong, divine feminine right now.
By the way, you're such a badass. I love that the month of April, you're like, I'm going to space and I'm launching my tour.
Say one thing. I just want to answer your question. Who killed who or whatnot. Cal Rittenhouse was 17 years old, white boy that murdered two or three black kids in Michigan during a protest. He was acquitted on all charges. Jordan Penny, I think that's his name. He choked out that black homeless man on a train in New York recently, was also acquitted of charges. So, and I guess
neither one of those was killed. Stop.
You know, but he was pointing out like why there could be. I know you don't think it's true, but there could be like a sense of white power supremacy in this country, because sometimes when white people do certain crimes, they're not held to the same extent as black people or other people do. And so you were asking him to give names. I gave you two, and one was actually the same age as the guy, the black boy that just killed the white guy. And he was acquitted of all his charges. He was also a 17-year-old white boy in Wisconsin. And it's like, well, why was he acquitted when he actually murdered someone? You all are saying that,
because they didn't murder anybody.
He thought he's at the White House. The fights are on. It's pretty incredible. That's crazy. It's insane.
On behalf of the Black community, I would like to apologize to the parents of Austin Metcalf for making a hero out of the young man that killed your son. I apologize that there are so few fathers around and so few male figures around to teach the Black community about emotional discipline, about what's right from wrong, about emotional regulation, about not making a hero out of a thug and a criminal.
I think if you care about free speech, you have to be concerned with deporting people that attended protests that were critical of Israel. It doesn't mean you agree with everything those people said or any of it. It means that if those people have not committed a crime and you cannot show that they are financially supporting Hamas or in any tactical way, and they're out there speaking freely at a protest, writing op-eds, deporting them because they've been critical of a foreign government seems to feed the conspiracy theories that the United States is acting and doing things at the behest of Israel.
Hello, my name is Manoj and I'm a call center agent from India. Clear communication is vital for my customers and me, but accent barriers can sometimes make it challenging. That's where crisp accent conversion comes in. Let me show you the voice preservation mode in action. This mode keeps my original voice intact while softening challenging parts of my accent. It helps customers understand me better, improving satisfaction on both sides of the call. I turned it off now, so you can hear the difference clearly. I'll now turn it on again. Notice how my natural tone and personality shine through? This mode allows me to stay authentic, making every interaction more personal and effective. By removing accent barriers in real time, crisp accent conversion enables clear conversations and ensures an exceptional experience for both customers and agents alike. Thank you for watching this demo.
Just pull over and let us out here.
That's right there, please. You're scaring me. You're literally driving fast. Like, just pull over.
No.
Why?
I don't want to let you know.
Why? Dude, I'll literally give you a cash tip to let us out. Like, I will pay you for your time.
I don't give a fuck.
What the fuck?
Why? Why are you pulling over?
Dude, pull over!
Let us out!
Crazy! Why?
One of you need to marry me.
No! Why the fuck are we gonna marry you? Why do you need to marry one of us? Why?
Because I need to get a green card.
Pull over now! You're about to get fucking deported faster than if you're fucking here without a fucking green card, bitch, if you don't pull over this motherfucking car, motherfucker!
Shut up, bitch.
You're gonna call me a fucker! What?
Pull over!
Whoever did it, cancel the ride and call
I'm recording!
Keep recording him! You're all fucking recording, motherfucker! You're gonna fucking...
Half of the posts ever posted on 4chan/poll, the political board, which is international, were posted by Israel. Not under an Israeli flag, because you can use any flag, but from the nation of Israel using an Israeli IP address. You may remember all sorts of propaganda pieces saying that 4chan is subject to Russian propaganda, and all these information posters are running out of Russian servers. But to no one's surprise, twice the number of posts compared to even America were coming from Israel, because they run bot farms. The Israeli Internet Defense Force runs automated systems to post demoralization and all sorts of disgusting things on this platform. And this is any time after 2014. So this is everything in the last decade. They also automatically report things that are critical of their country and have them taken down on Meta. Here's the number of posts reported by Israeli government over time by country of origin, and the number of posts actioned upon by Meta over time by country of origin. If you're on a visa or you're emigrating here and you ever critically speak about that country, you may be deported. You may have preconceived notions about what the boards are like, and you may be right, you may be wrong, but boards are really a place for demoralization and a psychological operation meant to break people, cause more infighting, cause instability, and cause people to either snap or to disregard anything that they learn and believe.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Elon. Like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
Hi!
Can I help you?
It's Macy from Tinder. Aren't you David?
You just look different.
How?
I don't know. Look at the height difference. You're like 7 feet tall. No, Macy, I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just you didn't tell me that.
You don't want to go on a date because I'm tall?
No, I don't want to go on a date because I'm short.
You're not short.
You just had to lean down to be eye level with me.
You're not that short, though.
Hi, I'm Taryn Swain. I'm a mother of 6, and the Ventura County Public School socially transitioned my daughter without my consent. I'm come here today to offer nothing but prayer, and I want to lift up my Father in heaven. Father God, I just come to you in Jesus' name. I pray, Father, that you would tear down the strongholds in this place. I pray, Father, that you would raise up the men in this room.
Stop.
I pray, Father, that you would
Stop.
I pray that you would raise
Stop
up
the time. Speaker.
everybody on this. Everybody.
Stop.
Yep.
Stop.
You know the Nick I'm talking about. Everybody knows.
Well, why don't we see what the audience, again, of thousands of people, including very, very young, impressionable boys, are saying. Yeah, Nick Fuentes. Based. Adolf. Nick. The Nick. He said it, Keck. Poggers. Whoa. Based Fuentes. Based Fuentes. Couple of those. Keck, my goat. My goat. Nazi Nick. Based.
A lot of people have been talking about him.
Interesting.
Hey, to all of the people who are against Carmelo Anthony, me as a black man in America, white people, I'm telling you and I'm telling you now, you ever even think to approach me, bully me, harass me, think you're going to be with your twin brother or twin whatever, and do anything to me, I too will poke you as well. Straight to the heart. And that's on self-defense. This is not the Jim Crow era. This ain't 400 years ago. This ain't 1619. This ain't back in them days. Y'all don't want to end up like Austin. Leave black people alone. Y'all didn't play fair for 400 years. We ain't playing fair with y'all either.
Man, driving in Philly, you must have had a tough time.
Yeah, driving. Yeah,
because the killer bees are out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The bees.
I don't know what that means. Shade, but listen, hold on. I did have, there were some teenagers on bicycles.
Teens on bikes.
Yes.
Were they bees or W's?
You know what it is. So you're coming to the art museum.
Oh, there were some bees by the art museum.
Children. It doesn't matter.
Many auto parts in my factory. If you need auto parts, you can find me. Very models engines in my warehouse. They are very beautiful and very low melody.
Well, Alex, this video is shocking. This woman repeatedly uses the N-word while being recorded on a cell phone. Now, Pinole police have launched an investigation, but I have learned that this is not the woman's first brush with the law.
Now where you you got up.
This video of a woman in a car repeatedly using the N-word in Pinole has gone viral.
Your fake eyelash.
The argument between the two women happened in this public parking lot in downtown Pinole on Sunday afternoon. Pinole police officers responded to the scene and spoke to both women. In a statement, Pinole police said in part, due to the nature of the verbal exchange between the involved parties, the incident has been classified as a hate incident and is currently under investigation by the department's Criminal Investigation Bureau.
It's really disheartening. We're living in some very trying times.
Felicia Carr of Fairfield reposted the video on her social media and helped identify the woman using the slurs.
With the tensions that's going on, and racism is at an all-time high right now. And it was just so much racism, just blatant disrespect. It was sad to see.
I spoke to the mother of the woman now under investigation. She did not want to go on camera, but told me she's sad and has been crying constantly after learning about the video a day earlier. I have learned the woman accused of using the racial slurs has a pending criminal case, charged with repeatedly stealing from Ulta Beauty in Concord. The manager of a nearby restaurant in Pinole tells me the woman had been a customer, laughing by herself. He says she's no longer welcome there. It's not clear what led up to the disagreement caught on video.
It does not matter. It does not matter at all. No matter what the contents is, she was out of line. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what transpired before, she was out of line.
Seeing the footage, I'm disturbed, I'm outraged. Cameron Sasai is mayor of Pinole. The use of racial slurs, everything from these racist anti-black rhetoric, is not welcome anywhere, but especially condemned in the city of Pinole.
It's not a nice word to use, and it should never be used. She should definitely be educated on it.
Oliver just revenge goon, like goon to a character you do not like, but it's someone you hate's favorite character. So you goon to that character just to mess with them.
Watch what happens. This listener runs up on him. Watch this.
Just curious, how come you don't like Sneeko?
Oh, he's a piece of shit. You like him?
Yes. How come you don't like Palestine?
I like Palestine.
No, you don't.
Why do you say that?
Because, bro, you're... wasn't she in the IDF?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
He's tweaking. He's chewing nicotine gum. He's high on whatever it takes. He's got his leg up. He's twitching. He's shaking. This isn't Tourette's, folks. I have Tourette's. I would know. You don't twitch like this with Tourette's. Look at
this looks like when you do acid and MDMA for about 15 hours and then finally go into the bathroom.
This is what Jules and I look like with the fucking cheap Amazon light going all night. Okay?
Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, my turn to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk.
My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir.
Thanks.
You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
Here, you are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
You know, I just did a workout at the gym and I was thinking very deeply on this topic. It's such a deep topic, you have to unravel it, and the Western mind, according to Jung, was just, you don't know what you're thinking when you're thinking about it, you know? And you're working out, but you're really in something. But what does it mean to be in? And what does mean? What do you mean by mean? And people always ask me for the definition, and I say, what about it? What's a what can you define definition? And they can never do it. And so, you know, I just want to get to the brass tacks of it all. And it's just it's so hard. It's so hard to do it because the Western man, and I just see all these poor men, they're broken. They're broken and they're lost and they don't know what exercises to do. And so I look at my wife and my daughter, Michaela, and I say, honey, you got to pass me more Xanax because I don't want to start crying in public again. And there I go. I'm doing it already. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I sold out to the Jews.
There is an O, yeah. Anything else?
I'd like to solve.
Okay.
Renting a paddle boat.
No, that is not correct. Sean, it's your turn. $500.
T.
Yes, 2 T's.
I'd like to buy an E.
Mm-hmm. There are 2 E's. And no more vowels.
I'd like to solve.
Yeah.
Renting a paddle boat.
No, that's not right. Oh. Michelle, you have $3,000. You can spin again, but you don't have to.
Oh.
$600. What letter do you want?
M.
No. Crystal.
I have to spin.
$900.
W?
No.
In the same way that Hitler reduced people to the Aryan race, he only liked those with blue eyes and blonde hair. He did not tolerate anything else. Just like these women who brought the case, they do not tolerate anyone that differs from their interpretation of what a woman is.
During the 5-minute drive, she's had an opportunity to calm herself down.
So I have to follow every f***ing law with that post and leave the f***ing scene without a turn signal. Give him a ticket!
Do you need an ambulance?
He must have a turn signal. Give him a ticket!
Do you need to go to the...
I don't know. Get a ticket! Bring it to wherever you want!
Okay.
Coming together to do some great streams, some great content, come together as a family, as a brotherhood.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum, and he went up there, and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, "Run! He's got a gun!" And our heart started to pound, and I said, "Oh, Mum, where's Mum?" And poor Mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave Mum, she goes, "Are you all right?" Because he had all blood all over his face. And he goes, "I'll shoot you." She goes, "Hey, I'm here to help." And Mum distracted him to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way, and Mum ran into the bush behind the fence. And the guy goes to her, "I'll find you and I'll shoot you." All I was thinking about when we were running, I hope he doesn't fire. Yeah, we were so blessed.
How close to him do you think you were?
Well, see, he was up there, and we were past our when you driveway. Yeah. You don't think of all of that at the time. No, you just run for your safety.
They've responded to a third swatting call targeting Austin Metcalf's family. That's when someone calls in a false threat trying to trigger a massive police response. Investigators say someone reported a shooting at Jeff Metcalf's house on Monday night. That's the second swatting call to Austin Metcalf's father. And it comes days after we learned someone placed a similar call to his mother Megan's home. Their son was stabbed to death 3 weeks ago at a track meet in Frisco.
The other thing about Kawhi is, you all right, big fella? Catching a cramp?
Go ahead, keep talking, Jeff.
Yeah, we're on TV.
I know what we're doing, go ahead.
Yeah, that's that olive oil you've been drinking.
I know.
Hey, take some matches with you. Hey, listen, he couldn't hold it.
He can't hold it.
After 40, he can't hold it no more.
That's at first.
He can't hold it.
Unless
he's got
something.
After 40.
That wasn't something planned, was it?
No,
that was not planned. Hey,
Step out beside the fireplace. Take that look from off your face. You ain't never gonna burn my heart out. So silent can wait. She knows it's too late. That she's walking on by.
But Joe Rogan would be like, it's an open discussion.
we're just floating ideas. We're not married to them being facts or not facts, and they don't have to be experts. We're having a talk. We're just having a talk. I'm smoking a cigar. Sometimes I smoke weed. We're just talking. That's Joe Rogan's series. And it's great for everything, except for facts. It's great for everything, except for people that are disparaging week after week, podcast after podcast, and not telling the truth and the reality of what has happened October 7th and beyond.
Farmers. Yeah. Okay, I just have to say thank you to everybody who participated in the twins' birthday.
Hey, so I really think your ideology is interesting. How do I apply it to my lesbian relationships?
Oh, well, you guys are useless to society, so.
Tomorrow is Easter Sunday, so to all you Christians out there, happy Easter. And to the Jews, nice try.
Una rabia? I feel rage, primarily because something like this has never happened before. And for it to be over a $50 bill just doesn't make any sense. A merciless beating caught on camera, all stemming from a dispute over the check. Before fists flew, a disgruntled customer went behind the bar and dunked the waitress's phone into a bucket after she was told she would not be getting a refund. The restaurant alleges both customers had finished most of their takeout order when they demanded a refund. That same customer then takes her frustrations out on the restaurant. She starts making a mess of the place. Employees tell me, "Welcome to Nigger Town," escalating the situation into an all-out melee.
Do we need more white babies?
What, Mom gonna decide? Do we need more white babies? Do you think that? You say that kind of thing to people and they give you money? Jesse, you're incredible.
Do we need more?
And they buy
Adam,
it? Wait.
Adam, do we need more white
do you
babies?
Say that? Wait.
Adam, we gotta move down this line quick as possible, remember?
Wait, I need your answer right now.
Remember, you're Jewish, follow instructions.
The police, no, you can tell me as a guy that likes me, that we're friends. You can tell me if you think that.
What?
More where? In America?
We definitely need more white babies to the point that July.
Why do you care?
Listen, Adam, July is White History Month. Did you know that?
What is that?
Did you know that July is White History Month?
No.
Yeah, I started White History Month 7 years ago.
Cool.
And we celebrate White History Month every July.
They love it. These guys, you're amazing.
The 13-year-old boy said he was in the bushes while playing hide and seek with an 8-year-old boy. That's when the victim says Samuel Cobos Carmona attacked him. The child tried to fight back and scream, but Carmona held him down and covered the child's mouth so he wouldn't be heard.
Does your husband call you babe? I'm not married. Okay, so even better. And I don't care. Okay, so I would like for you to apologize, but it is derogatory and second of all. Is tranny derogatory to you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course the fuck it is.
Tranny. Yeah, tranny. If that's derogatory,
You are representing her. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, how old did you say you were?
I'm 30 years old.
Your profile says you worked at Bananazon?
Yeah, I've been there for the past 8 years doing, like senior software engineering, so, like coding.
Really?
Look, I know I look a little young for my age, but I promise you, I'm 30 years old.
Okay, well, maybe you are just way older than you look.
I saw on your profile that you're like into art.
Yeah, I've been really into illustration design and art. I didn't expect you to be an art guy. Oh man.
Here's your glass of rosé. And
Thank you.
Sorry, we couldn't verify your ID.
Oh.
So here's a grape juice for you.
Oh, wait. I'm pretty sure there's a mistake.
I think you're way too young for me, so I'm gonna have to go.
Wait. Okay, look, listen, I know I lied about my age, I'm sorry, but the second I saw your profile and I saw the painting with the tulips, you're just like the most gorgeous girl ever, and you're such an unbelievably talented artist. Do you think you can just give me like one chance to show you I can make this work?
Can you give me some time to think about it? Are you free sometime next week?
Ooh, actually, next week I have this anime convention I gotta go to with my boys. Do you think you could do like next month, maybe?
Oh my god.
Can you see what Kate is about to eat down here? That's always been done in the one, Kate. So,
Oh no, I'm gonna try.
And we begin with breaking news. At noon, Ponchatoula police have arrested 6 men in connection to shootings at the Strawberry Festival, which caused panic and forced the popular event to close early on the last day. Go ahead and take a look at your screen. These are the 6 suspects. We're told they are all facing charges ranging from attempted second-degree murder to terrorizing.
Why was Hitler able to change Europe so much and turn Germany, which had been a shithole after World War I, into this ultimate powerhouse that threatened an entire continent? It's because he was living in service to this greater idea. And when you tap into that as a gamer...
Jesus was undocumented.
Rule number 1, don't disclose the secrets of the brotherhood to non-brother of the brotherhood. The secrets of the brotherhood is only meant for the brother in this brotherhood. If you disobey the brotherhood or you expose the secret of the brotherhood, you pay the consequence.
Yeah, I'm worried about tariffs. Worried my wiener's gonna tear if I don't stop tugging it. I've been tugging it.
Floyd went out walking while black one day, as he had done many times before. But the police came and forced George Floyd to the ground, said you passed a phony $20 bill. Though handcuffed face down, George Floyd was still black, so they placed the knee of justice on his neck. In stifled screams of terror, George said, "I can't breathe," as the onlookers pleaded his case. I can't breathe, George Floyd did say. I just want to breathe, he begged. Not asking for liberty, happiness, or love, George Floyd just wanted to.
This video is for straight men and straight men only. I'm sorry, but how in the world could you not like me? Yes, I'm a trans woman, I'm a doll. Like, what is so different about dating me than a cis woman? I can do everything that she can.
Francis, so we are just getting some breaking news now of the official cause of death of the Pope, that he had a stroke early this morning. He went into a coma, he had a heart attack, and later died. Pope Francis was 88 years old.
Congresswoman Maxine Dexter here, coming to you from El Salvador. I flew here last night with 3 of my colleagues to demand that Xiomara Abrego Garcia be released. He is being held in violation of a Supreme Court order expressly telling the Trump administration to effectuate and facilitate his coming home. That is being ignored. This is not just a threat to all people in the United States who could be illegally abducted, detained, and transported internationally against their will, but it is a fact that our president does not recognize the branches of government and the balances of power. This is what we all have been calling a constitutional crisis, yet it is more severe than anything we've seen. We cannot stay silent. We must stay loud. I am here because I refuse to wait for something to happen. We are here to release Xiomara Abrego Garcia.
Can you tell us about your sign today?
Well, he's a liar, don't you think?
What do you think is the biggest lie he's told?
I think everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. I think everything that he says, you should believe the opposite.
Any specific examples?
Where do I even begin? What do you...
You can come join.
This is my son, River.
Hi.
What's a lie that Donald Trump has told?
I mean, I don't like him.
That he's not going to fuck this country over. He already has. The tariffs are not going to cause... tariffs are not going to cost the American people money. That he's not going to lie to us. Trust me. Everything will be fine.
Do you think Trump is a Nazi?
Less so than Elon Musk.
Pardon?
Less so than Elon Musk, but I mean, they're working together.
You believe Elon Musk is a Nazi?
Yeah.
Why do you believe that?
Through the fucking Sieg Heil thing up during his speech.
Did you know that Islam was the first to give women's rights to choose who they marry? Meanwhile, in the USA, forcing women in marriage is still not seen as a crime.
Most women get raped, sexually assaulted. 99% of women get raped and sexually assaulted. You do know that, right? And because of
99%,
men's
yeah.
savagery.
Holy crap.
Because of men.
Women
Remember
need to
that.
hide. There's
men.
a rape epidemic going on.
Like,
the way that we largely broke cancel culture is there was a faction of people saying fuck yourself. We're not gonna just claim to believe what they want us to believe to get clicks.
Yeah, well, now it's the entire IDW except for maybe Brett Weinstein.
They have they are of limited influence. I think that's probably one of the reasons they're so angry. Look, obviously Jordan Peterson's ragging on Candace Owens, but I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm assuming she probably gets way more attention than he does. And so I do feel like a lot of this, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I do feel a lot of this animus comes from our power is waning and theirs is ascendant, so let's attack them because we don't like them. I don't see a psychopathic right taking over anything. It's just not there. There's no takeover of the right. I just don't understand what that means. Just because he's got a beef, maybe he doesn't like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's been there for a decade. He's been
but
making
is he really right?
And exactly. So that's why I'm like, I don't know that he actually qualifies. He's not prominent in conservative spaces. They actually don't like him. And Candace Owens is more prominent on the right, but she's just one podcast that's big. There's a bunch of podcasts on the right that are big. So I don't know what that means. I just largely say like these post IDW types, the former ex IDW or whatever they call themselves. I mean, their influence has waned substantially. But Ben Shapiro was considered IDW, I guess.
Maybe they might want to call me a monkey today because I want to participate in our inclusive economy. This is getting ridiculous.
The people in my community are asking for restorative justice. They are asking for us to repair the harms that previous members of this institution, and I would dare to say, Mr. Speaker, some current members.
Oh man, here we go. Okay. Hello.
Do I deserve more or less?
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm asking you. Do I deserve more or less?
Well, probably less.
How much money do I have to make to date you?
More than me.
Which is?
I can't tell you that, but I make, a pretty good penny. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
So. So, do you think that when you shake ass in the camera and stuff, like men are gonna look at this and be like, that's a girl who I want to make my wife?
I don't give a fuck. I don't want these. Let me tell you something, baby. I was raised by my father. Fuck you niggas. I'll date one of you niggas and I keep two in the chamber.
So
at all times. Fuck you niggas. I don't give a fuck. Talking about wife.
Do you not want to be a wife one day though? Do you not want to be a wife one day though?
When I'm old.
When you shake ass, I need to know your connotation of wife.
Yeah.
Because I'm a lot of niggas' wife.
Okay.
I'm a lot of niggas' type.
Do you have a ring?
I got a few. I got plenty of rent.
Bitch, I forgot to put my other
I'm iced out. I'm iced out. Let me put the light on that shit.
But has a man ever...
Let me put the ice on that shit.
Your ideal age range and your perfect guy?
19.
19?
19 or 20. Just like within my age.
What's your ideal race and your perfect guy? Do you have a preference?
Indian.
What's your minimum height that a guy can be?
Like 6'9".
All right. What's the minimum income that they should make in a year?
So like 3.5 million?
It only goes up to 500K, so we're just going to put
Okay. Yeah, I can work with that.
the probability that you're going to find true love.
Say pretty high, right?
Pretty high? Yeah, it's 0.
Oh.
0%.
Okay, perfect. Let me take a picture of that.
What up? It's your boy LP. Thanks for watching this month's highlight reel. I hope you enjoyed it. And I also hope you'll remember that there's a lot of things I put in You Can't Stop Progress that I can't show on YouTube, which is why we do the show every Sunday night exclusively on Rumble, Odysee, and Cozy. So if you want a weekly fix instead of a monthly fix, you're going to have to head over there. You can also sign up at ihypocrite.locals.com to receive an email reminder on Sunday when the episode's about to go live. And if you want to support this work, you can sign up for a pledge of $5 a month. Will get you access to the weekly exclusive content that I post over on Locals and Odysee. And you can see all the options for supporting over at ihypocrite.net. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who supports, which continues to make this work possible and keep this show alive. And we'll see you next month. Peace.
Let's have it, you. Now when I count 3. That boy needs therapy.
Get out of here.
The white man is back, baby. The white man is back.